Let's come back to our positions. Let's stand by.
Welcome to tonight's game.
Our background.
Lift off! Good evening, boys and girls. I was going to play a little trick on you tonight and just do that, but I forgot. The microphone's working. Is the microphone? Yeah, the microphone's working. Hello, Kevin, Claire, and who else? I've just added you as moderators, but I forgot to click save. So I can't see any Spanish beside your names, but you should have the power. You should have the power as well tonight. So Kevin, Nick, Ross, Rhubarb, Suzanne, isn't it? It is Suzanne, I'm sure it is. We had this chat last week and completely forgot. Neil, Trevor, Stefan, Stevie B, Andy B. Yes, Kevin's got a spanner now. There we go. Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome back to another Sunday Rum Day. Coming up in tonight's show. What we're starting off with, we've got this week's Dram of the Week. I'll do a little close-up on that in a minute. It's Brugal 1888, as decided last week. We are going to be diving into daiquiris again, but swapping up the sugars. So not flavoured sugars, but kind of, I don't know what we call them, like Muscovado, Agave, Demerara. So sort of plain sugars, but not plain sugars. Don't know, what are we calling them? Not flavoured sugars, but not plain sugars. What are they called? Don't know. So we're going to be doing daiquiris for that. We've got Rossi B in the hot seat tonight with his cocktail of the week called, I've completely forgotten, what's Rossi's cocktail called? Where's it gone? Tropical Sunburn. Looks quite good actually. So that's that. And then rum tasting wise, I've got these two little beauties from down in Exeter, down in Devon. Those people that like to put cream on their scones first, the silly people. So we've got them, and we've got probably the most expensive, literally the most expensive spiced rum ever to grace this bar. let alone probably the planet. So we should be doing a little bit of revealing of that in a bit. That's Bullion, by the way. So that's in my nice gold box. So we'll leave them to one side. Who else has just come on? Let's just go in there. Oh, yeah, I've got to do this, and I've got to do this to keep everyone happy. Smash. Boom. Smash that like button. Give me some likes. That's what we need on that. Christine's here now. Who else have we got? Robin's here. Ken's here. Justin's here. Lee's here. I think that's it. And as Trevor has said, have you got any questions? Have I got that one on? Look. Have we got questions? Boom. Questions up there. Look. Big capital letters so I can see. I don't think I've got anything to tell you this week. I was trying to sit here a couple of minutes ago and think, what's happened this week? I've got absolutely no news, nothing at all to tell you. No random new products not that I can reveal. I mean, I've got that to go on a live stream in a couple of weeks, maybe next week. No, a couple of weeks after. I've been restocked with plantation. I've got loads of plantation down there. There's literally nothing new. It's been a quiet week on that front, so I've got nothing to tell you, nothing to share. So give me some banter. I tell you what, in the comments, what are you drinking? What rums have you got in front of you? Let's all make Trevor jealous because Trevor's at work. No doubt he's got a bit of rum there. So what are we drinking? What have we got in the comments tonight? Chris has joined us now. Hello, Chris. Destiny. Zero. What's zero chance? I will beat you to the bots. Yeah, I don't know what happened last week. I generally don't know what happened. I did look and the servers didn't go down. So the software that I use, their servers didn't go down apparently. My internet definitely didn't go down. So I can only assume it was the attack of the bots that got our stream cut off. That's the only thing I can think of. So I don't really know what happened. But hey ho, we got back on. Kevin, I will be trying Bush tonight. The mango smells amazing. To be fair, I actually quite like this. As a spiced rum, right? As a spiced rum, I do really like that. But I have to say, this is, I think sugar levels, this is a bit sweeter. 'Cause even though they're the same ABV, 37.5%, this has definitely not got the alcohol kick that what that has. So they're both the same ABV. But I kind of like that, the passion fruit and guava. This is just like flipping juice. This is like stick a straw in it and sip that neat. So that is, yeah, I do actually kind of like them. As far as fun rums go, they're some of the better ones I've had. I just thought I'd better pop that on screen so we can see what's going on. That is your rough time. So I've got 12 seconds according to my my little clock up there before we're doing Dram of the week. So 8:20, members cocktail, 8:30, Daiquiri time, 9 o'clock, all the spiced rums, and then, well, probably about closer to 11 o'clock, knowing me. What else have we got? Rhubarb Cod's finishing off the pussers. Who else? Mount Gay. Robin's drinking Mount Gay Eclipse and Coke. Neil's on the DMF spiced and ginger. Nice. Super spiced or normal? Yes. Chris, can you make a pearl diver? Pretty sure it's a tiki cocktail. No. No, I can't make a pearl diver tonight. Maybe soon. I want to attack after we've done the daiquiris. So I've got one more week of daiquiris. I'm going to be going down a Mai Tai rabbit hole. Not sure when you back home, but it might be, so the week after next might be a Mai Tai rabbit hole. I might do 3 Mai Tai shows. That's what's coming up. Right. So let's crack on with, I'm just keeping an eye on that, with Dram of the week. There we go. Just so I can see myself. Put the little chapters on for the people, all my Chinese fans and Singapore fans and Australia fans that'll be watching this back tomorrow. I can stick chapters on so we can do that. Right, this week's Dram of the week. Now, I have to give a shout out as well to, what's his name? Oliver. I'm sure it's Oliver. It's going to be way down here now. Is it Oliver? It is Oliver. I don't know who shared it with him. I don't know who found it, but the app that I was talking about last week, this Rum X app. Have I still got the photo so I can give you a close-up? Oh, where's it gone? I've lost it. Oh, flipping Nora. I should have got this ready, shouldn't I? No, I've lost it. The app, anyway, Rum, I'll get you there. It must be here somewhere. Oh, there it is, right. That Rum X app, right. I don't know who shared it with him, but Oliver from Germany. gave us a big shout out and thank you. And anyone who downloads it, he just wants feedback while he's building it at the moment. He will be launching it in the US and Canada, hopefully later this year. But he was just so appreciative for the shout out and that. I have to say, there's quite a few thousand users already on it, so you know it's not small. It's kind of big, but that's what I'm going to be using to taste going forwards. This is the rum without me zooming in. I can't be bothered to zoom in. Let's just do that. This is what we are doing this week. We are doing Brugal 1888. What's that called? Gran Reserva Familia. So that is this week's dram of the week. So I've got my little app ready. I can tell you that it's already scored 71 out of 100 by 45 people. 45 people have already rated this 71 out of 100. What other knowledge have we got here? Brugal. It's obviously Dominican Republic. It's molasses-based rum. Single column still rum, which would put this... I don't know what the age of this is, actually. 14 year. This would put this as column category 4B. I think this would go under. Maybe even... I don't know, let's put it in 4B. I think that's where it is. Sugar content has been reliably tested at 12 grams per litre. So, yes, let's have a go at that. That's all I can really tell you on that. Right, I've got to click my little taste it button. If any of you have got the app, let me know what you're thinking of it. Trevor, I will be home the next 2 Sundays. So, flavoured and Mai Tai. Good old boy, Trevor. What else have we got? You will do Mai Tais. Yeah, you will do Mai Tais. Mr. V, is that Trevor V? Where's Trevor V? Trevor V's in the house. Hello, Trevor V. How are you? Oh, look out. Trevor's on it. Trevor's sniper, whoever gunner was. Why couldn't I find this out? Ken, where are you? Ken, where are you in the world? Are you not UK? You must be UK. Right, let's crack on. Rachel is on the app. Awesome. Right, Kevin, yeah, 6-year-old better. Right, let's crack this. Let's see what this says on the note. Right, so I'm going to put, as I'm doing, I'm pouring half. What I'm doing with these drams, so these drams are sent to be my Master of Malt, obviously. Drinks by the Dram, it's Master of Malt brand. So what I'm doing, I'm keeping them all out, but I've got half bottles. I'm only going to use, so the 30ml drams, I'm going to be doing like 15ml now. And I want to kind of revisit them in about a month or so. Because I want to go back at my notes and kind of see if I pick up anything else. Like, so my palate's changing all the time, so I kind of want to, I'm really interested to see where this goes. So, this Brugal, oh, hang on, I've got this in. I forgot that. This is what it is. There we go. Brugal 1888, for those of you that have not seen it before. That is what I'm tasting in a little dram. The hobbyist, hello, mate, how are you? Cool. I've got apricots on that. What's it say on here? Right, I should be getting caramel, brown sugar, candied, coffee, sweet, chocolate, and sherry. Windy, sherry. Not too sweet, apparently. Plenty of fruit and rounded and woody. I'm getting kind of... That was weird. I get kind of apricot notes off that. It hit me straight away. What else? Definitely caramel. I agree with that. I don't really get any coffee off it. Has anyone else got 1888 at home? What's that? Trevor V. Trevor, I've just sorry. I've got the Discord live stream photos up. I can see that. Trevor, you tasted along with me. Awesome. Trevor V. What'd you get? Right in the either wherever's easier for you in the comments there or in the Discord there or on the live stream. What are you smelling on that? I reckon it's probably it's the sherry coming through on that for me. It's kind of fruity. I definitely don't get coffee. I get a bit caramel. I wouldn't say I get chocolate on that. It's let's go sophisticated and talk about the legs. I reckon, yeah, it's kind of medium legs in there. I wouldn't say it's massive. So legs, if you don't know, is like how much it sticks to the glass. It's got all posh, isn't it? Right, Trevor V. There's a lot of wood and a touch of smoke. Windy apricot could equal candied fruit, potentially. That's weird. I don't get wood. Well, mate, I might get the smoke, actually. Stick my nostrils right in it. No, I don't really get the wood. I don't get smoky. Touch, but not massive. Right, let's stop smelling it. Let's taste it. We're all here for tasting it. Steve, you know you look like... What, Steve? You now look like you're in an off license. Do we have to tap our credit card on your POS to buy a bottle? Beep. It's just my little iPhone. Look, it's just on a little stand. That's all. You can tap the card, tap the top there. Right. Let's taste it. So. Wow. 100% woody on the taste. I forgot what I got to do. Where's my little colour thing? For those of you who have not seen it, where's the colour? Oh, I've got to click the taste it button, innit? There we go, that's better. Right, select colour. For those that haven't seen it, can you see the colour thing on there? You can kind of scroll through and match the colour up to see what sort of colour rum it is. Can we see that? I reckon, where are we going on this? I'm going to put this as mahogany. It's either Auburn. Auburn. I'm going for Auburn. That's what I'm going for that. So that's the colour. Right. Nosing. I got loads of fruit. So I'm giving the fruit a 3. So I completely forgot this. Fruit, I'm giving, I give it quite 3 out of 5. Not floral. Bit of spice on there, not too much. I'm giving it 2. I can't do halves. It's either 1 or 2. I'm going to give it a 2 for spice. I'll give it 1 for wood. Rounded, it's quite rounded on the nose, so I'm giving it 3 for rounded. I like that. Roasted? Yeah, I'll give it 1 for roasted. And definitely nothing floral on there for me. Right, so we've done the nosing. Let's get on to the tasting. Right, I think that's... So the first one for tasting is sweetness. I think that's got a little bit of fun sweetness to it. I wouldn't go too much. I'm potentially going to give that... I'm going to give it a 2. I was going to say 3, and then I thought, maybe not. I'm going to give it... I'd love to give it a 2.5 out of 5. That's why I'd love to give it a 5 out of 10 or a 2.5 out of 5. Because I don't think it's a 3, but I think it's a bit higher than a 2 as well. So I'm going to stick it at 2. Right, sweetness. Fruit. I'm giving that a 2 out of 5 for fruit. Floral, nothing. No floral notes in there for me. Spices, I'm going to go, is Trevor tasting a lot with me? Trevor, stone fruit a bit. Apricots, there we go. See, I knew I was getting apricots. Right. Steve, I won't make you do a shot of Ray and Nephew again tonight. Is that because you're chickening out, Robin? Is that what it is? Can you not keep up? Not much spice at all, really. On the taste, Trevor, on the taste, I get a bit of spice. Not too much. Not actually 3 might. No, I'm happy with a 3. I would give sort of Dawley's that I've tasted. I'd give that a definite 4. Again, spice. I'd like to give it 2.5, but I think it's. I think it's more 3 than it is 2 out of 5. So I'm gonna give it 3 on spice. Woody notes. I'm definitely gonna give it. Is it a 4? Oh, here we go. Stefan's on it. If you just cut and paste this, Stefan, flavour dry. I've cut and pasted this off the website there. What have I got? Palate, well-rounded, smooth, body and character. Perceived sweetness of toffee and vanilla balanced with peach. Oh, peach. Cocoa and cloves. Oh, there we go. On the nose. Sophisticated sweetness of red and dried fruits, raisins and dates. Complements spicy woodiness and hints of cinnamon. Well, I don't get the cinnamon either. Here we go. What's Stefan got? Burnt sugar, mace, creme brulee. He's cut and paste that in. Of course he has. He's not smelling creme brulee on there. Trevor, there's a bit of sweetness, not much. But the funny thing is, when I find out when I mix it with Coke and a Cuba Libre, it seems very sweet. I'm not doing 3 shots of 151. So the app should be out of 10, not 5. I get why they've done it out of 5, because what happens, I'll show you in a minute, they give you like a spider's wheel. And if you do it out of 10, it becomes too big. So I get why it's done out of 5. But, it's an interesting one. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that as 3 for Woody. Roasted notes. I'm not getting much roasted, but it is quite rounded. So I'm going to give it a 3 on there. And then we've got, go through to the finish. I would say it's medium. Again, it's not short, but I wouldn't say it's medium either. I'm going to go for medium because it's more medium than short. Interesting, when you have a bigger sip, you get more spice. I was noticing it. I shot a Pusser's video yesterday, and I found when I had a little tiny little sip, I was getting completely different tastes of when I had a big sip. I've just done it there. I took a big sip and got quite a lot of spice off that. But if you do a little sip, you get lots of fruit. It's an awesome way of training your palate. I love this. Right, now I've got to score this out of 100. Roasted walnuts. No pasting. I just got a wet cinnamon stick. Still, is that you're generally tasting notes? You're generally getting creme brulee off that. You're posh, aren't you? You eat creme brulees a lot. Hey, Clax, how are you? What's the app? Same as last week. If you went on it, Rumex. Oh yeah, cheers, Wendy. Right, I've got to now score this out of 100, and I think I'm going to save that, and I'm going to come back to it. People are giving this 71 out of 100. Is that worth this 70 out of 100? It's a good rum. I really like it, to be fair. I really like it. But I'm just thinking, what would I give like 70s and 80s to? I think 70 is a good shout for that, actually. 70, we've got the, hang on, I've got to taste again, haven't I? There we go. If it's right, so so 69 makes it pleasant. Right, so that's where the border is. 69 makes it pleasant, 70 makes it good, and 80 makes it very good. So it's definitely, for me, it's definitely in the 70 to 80 category. And I would put it closer to good than I would do very good. So yeah, I get this. I can see this app's really good, actually. It's really good at helping you because it's definitely more than pleasant. It's definitely good. It's just landed on 73. I'm going to give it a 73. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to save that. Boom. My rating, 73 out of 100. I really like that. That's actually quite a nice sipping rum. Kate's Rum Life. Hello, Kate. How are you? We haven't caught up yet. How was your weekend? How was disco dancing last time? Kate, we're tasting Brugal 1888 at the moment. I don't know whether you've got that in your locker. No doubt you have. You've probably got everything else. 67, not good. I get that. That's kind of... It's pleasant. It's definitely pleasant. See, what's going to be interesting with this, Trevor, and everyone else, what's going to be very interesting is when I get... So basically, this is my third rum that I've rated on the app now. Kate, if you just joined us, Kate, I've got the Rumex app. We dived into that last week. And I'm doing these drams by the app. I'm not sure if you've got that. But what's going to be really interesting with this app is when I get like 10, 15 rums that I've kind of rated on there, to think, actually, do you know what? That's more pleasant than it is good. It's going to be really, really interesting to see how this goes down. I love the fact you can go back in and change it. And that's why I'm kind of leaving half in the bottle. I do actually think that the more I have that, the more I think that's actually delicious. It has got, the sweetness does grow on you, to be fair. I might have to go back in that. What did I give it to sweetness? Taste, sweetness. I gave it a 2 for sweetness. I've definitely got to give that a 3. I've definitely 100% got to give that a 3 now. The sweetness is really kind of coming out on there. And I potentially would up the fruit to 3. I think the fruit deserves to be a 2.5, but it's more 3 than it is 2 for me now. Delicious. Right, not got it, shame, but I do like it. I see. I knew Kate would be all over the app. Nice. Right, Trevor in a daiquiri, the fancy molasses pop up. Ooh. See, I haven't got enough. Well, I kind of have, but I haven't got enough to do daiquiris with these. So these are just neat tasting. What might be good actually would be to whatever they send me to double up, and I will order and pay for that, so I can make a daiquiri with them. That might be good. Because I'm not sure. This is the thing. I'm not sure I would buy. So hang on. Sorry, I forgot to do this. £38.75 off Master of Malt. And actually, for a 14-year-old rum, what it claims to be, it's not too bad actually. £38.75. Master of Malt, that is. Would I pay nearly 40 quid for that? I don't know. Is it a 40 quid rum? I'll reserve judgment on that for now. I think it potentially could be, but I want to see how this goes for a few more weeks, because I've got some crackers on here. Like we've got Chairman's 1931 to come. We've got Angostura, the 1787 to come. We have got, what's this? No, we're not going to do that. Ron Zacapa to come, which is, hang on, Ron Zacapa's got to be like 50 quid a bottle. Yeah. Diplo, we've got, Diplo down there to come. Diplomatico, SBS El Salvador. I'm looking forward to that. I've never had an El Salvador rum, so I'm really looking forward to that one. Actually, while we're here, before we move on to Rossi B's cocktail of the week, 48 Canadian dollars. That's not a bad price. Right, before we move on, and I might have time later for another one. We shall see how the spiced rums go. Right, let's have the group vote now. So I've got SPS El Salvador. Right, Facundo. That's the one I forgot. Facundo Exquisite, the £100 one. So I've got that. It's a Bacardi basically. Chairman's Reserve. I'll get the Chairman Reserves in order in a second. Let me get. Yeah. What else have we got here? Right. Ronza Kappa. Oh, I've only got. Oh no, there it is. Right. So. 2 Chairman's Reserve. What are we doing next week? That's the question. I've got Chairman's Reserve, or later this evening, Chairman's Reserve 1931 and Chairman's Reserve 2005 vintage. Facundo Exquisite, the £100 Bacardi. Ron Zacapa, thanks. Diplo, I kind of want to keep Diplo for something else. So I'm going to gazump. Anyone that says Diplo, I'm going to, Diplomatico, I'm going to gazump. I'm going to rule that out. SBS, El Salvador. Boutique, so ninefold up in Scotland, kit, batch number 1, 59.4. So that's a Scottish rum. That'd be quite good to taste that. Angostura, 15-year-old, and J-Gown Distillery, another. Where's J-Gown? Scotland, I think, or Kent. Well, I've got Kent in my head. Don't know where Gown is. So what are we doing? Which one? Brutal. Brugal is $50 here. Mum's a gift. Diplo. 1931 El Salvador. Right, so we've got Ron Zacapa. Get it. I tell you what, that's not a bad shout actually. Ron Zacapa, get it out the way. Right, I tell you what, Ron Zacapa might come out to play later after I've done the spiced rums. I tell you what I'll do with the Ron Zacapa. I will keep that to one side until I have time after I've done like the rum tastings to kind of finish off the show. That could be one of those, because I don't know though. Oh, people, you know, there's a lot of you that will be kind of interested in Ron Zacapa. The same for you with Diplo, but I'm keeping Diplo to one side for a second. That could be an interesting one to do actually. Or I don't know. You lot can carry on commenting. We'll go from there, because now I'm going to have finish that off. Right, I just got to save that. Save, boom, done, rated. Nice. Now rated. I've rated 3. Question, Kevin. I asked the question. Where did you ask a question? Did you? Where? I can't see a question. Question. There you go. That's because you just wrote question in capital letters. How should you swish a rum in your mouth to get a true taste? However you want to swish a rum in your mouth. So it's like wine tasting. The more air you put in, I'm not a professional at tasting this. I've done bloody the WSET, Witset, whatever you want to call it. But I'm not a professional. But it's like wine. The more air you put in your mouth while you're tasting, the different flavours you're going to get. I generally don't swill. I sip with rum. Because if I'm swilling rum, it's kind of, it's not good. So just take a little sip. But hold it on your tongue. If you've got enough, hold it on your tongue. And then swallow it kind of there. Let your tongue, that's where all your receptors are on your tongue. Let your tongue kind of have a little feel. The best thing to do though, is have a little sip, lay it on your tongue, swallow it, and then go back for a second sip. Okay, it's that second sip where you're going to get. You need to acclimatise your palate. You need to sort of kill your palate first and then acclimatise it. So if you're tasting something neat for the first time, if you're just coming off the back of water or orange squash or milk or whatever, just let your palate acclimatise, have a little sip of it, and then it kind of ignore what you're getting and then go back for a second sip. But just hold it on your tongue. That's the best way to do it. I got the 1787 out of the pub. J. Gow, Scotland. I thought it was Scotland. I don't know why I got Kent. What's down in Kent? There's something down in Kent. I don't know what it is. Right, 1787. Right, okay. So 1787 could be right. Let's 1787. There we go. Right. So I'll keep that to one side there. The Diplo can go there. Right. Nice, like that. I think that's all the questions. So now, before I get on to the rum tasting and all that proper at 9ish, now we are going to be doing that. Members cocktail, Rossi B time. Rossi B, me, I'm in Kent. So, oh, that's what I didn't do. I didn't write your little. Oh, sorry, Ross. I didn't write your little caption out, so no one can see what the ingredients are. Right, I've got the ingredients here, so I'm going to do that. So Ross has submitted the tropical sunburn. He wants me to make it in a blender cup, so we've got that. Now I'll get all the ingredients so you can see it. So Dolly's 5-year-old. I was going to use a Luna, but I've just realised I've actually got just enough Coca Canu left here. So I've got he wants 15 ml of Coca Canu. Falernum. Ross, you can pick the Falernum. I've got traditional Falernum or I've got the German Falernum. Golden. So Ross, just say Velvet or Bitter Truth, whichever one you want. I think you're potentially meaning that one, to be fair. So I'm going to take a punt and put that one to one side. Mango puree. Gum. It's very specific with gum. I would have used cane, but he wants gum. Lime juice. Pineapple juice. Bar spoon of grenadine. And that's it. Churn. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ingredients. There we go. So Dolly's 5-year-old. Category 3, essentially. Smuggler's Cove. Barbados rum. 5-year-old Barbados rum. Coca Canu. This one is very, very vibrant in coconut notes. Made by Ray and Nephew. Made by Appleton, essentially. Velvet Falernum there. Mango puree. Mango syrup. Whatever you want to call that. Gum syrup. Lime juice. Pineapple juice. And grenadine. Right. Hey Gaz, how are you? Right, what else is there? JD Taylor's awesome. There we go. Question. No Lucky Falernum. That's your Canadian brand, isn't it, Trevor? Lucky Falernum. Right. This is done in ounces, isn't it? Yes, he's done this in ounces. Right, so are we on screen? 30 ml of Dolly's 5-year-old. So 1 ounce of Dolly's. There. We are then going to 15 ml, 1.5, half an ounce of, if you can open it, cool, I haven't opened that for a while, of Coca Canu, coconut rum. I heard a whisper the other day that the plantation coconut rum is very, very, very good. Yeah, that could be interesting. It was getting a lot of love the other day, so that's kind of interesting. I hope that does come to the UK. That'd be really interesting. Right, JD Taylor's Velvet Falernum, 10 ml, so 1/3 of an ounce. Stick a straw, lovely, jubbly. Right, 20 ml of mango puree. Don't forget the float afterwards. Sorry, yeah, the Hampden float. Sorry, 5 ml, isn't it? Yeah, 5 ml of Hampden. Sorry, I completely forgot that. We've got a Hampden float going on at the end. Sorry, mate. I hadn't forgotten. It was down there. I had forgotten, to be fair. I'll give you that one. 20 ml of mango puree, mango syrup. Lovely, jubbly. It went frothy. Right, gum syrup. So we're going for 7.5 of gum. Boom. We're then going 7.5 ml of lime juice. Cool, not too much citrus in here, is there? This one's a bit kind of Interesting. Right, plenty of that. Right, 75ml of pineapple juice. 75ml. I've got the wrong jigger, haven't I? So let's do 25. Let's do 3 of those. There we go. Just slightly under the 30. And so 75ml of pineapple juice. Cool, I did that. Did that all right. A bar spoon of grenadine. Let's give him nice bar spoon of grenadine and churn. Spritz a tiki glass. Oh yeah, I forgot about that bit as well, didn't I? God dear, sorry Rossi B. It was like spritz a tiki glass. Which tiki glass should we go for? This one, I like this one. Spritz the inside of a tiki glass with pineapple and star anise bitters. There we go. So these, I've got my little spritz cap on there. Pineapple and star anise bitters from Miss Better's Bitters. What, 5ml, but you probably want 10ml. That was talking to someone else. Was that talking to me? Oh, 5ml, but you probably want... Oh, Hamden. Right, okay, cool. I'm there. I'm with you. It's an afternoon guzzler. Right, spritz. One. Woo! When you spritz, don't put your face in front of it. There we go. Right. Pineapple and star anise bitters in there. Right, that's looking like an awesome colour. Let's do that. I've lost my ice scoop. There we go. Crushed ice. Crushed ice for the old swizzle. There we go. That'll do. Right. Whizzz. There we go. Lovely, jubbly. Right. That can sit there. A bit more crush. Tell you what, let's use a couple of rocks. That'll do. Right, and the old Hamden. Hamden float on top. So you probably want 10ml. All right, I'll go for you. Steve is a glass copycat. Is that what you've done? Right. So he reckons 10ml, does he? We're going for a 10ml float on top. Jamaican. You didn't give me a garnish though, did you? Unless I forgot to cut and paste that. Garnish, pineapple fronds, whatever you want to do with that. Lovely, jubbly. Right. Mummy Barman is salivating, no doubt. What's this taste like? This is going to get smashed in there. That is, you're quite right, Claire. Who's that, Claire? Yes, you're quite right, Claire. That is definitely an afternoon guzzler. And what does it need? It needs more rum. Let's be honest. Let's be brutally honest. 30ml, 15ml of Coca Canu, and 10ml of Hamden. Let's be brutally honest. Come on, Ross. Come on. Let's play the game, Ross. Play the game. I kind of like it. It's an afternoon guzzler, right? I won't add any more, but I reckon you could go up to at least 45ml of Dawleys in that. Oh, that's good. That is good. Oh God, I'd love to be harsh and rate these out of 10. Say, oh yeah, that's much better than Moxie's last week. It's not, but it's really good. Mummy Barman, if you're there, if you want to taste, come and have a little taste. Hamden. Right, which overproof would you add? Ooh. Well, that is sort of overproof-ish. No, it's not actually. That's a lie. 46. Which overproof would you add? Bit of rum bar, Silver. Bit of rum bar. I'll tell you what, actually. Bit of Smith and Cross. Oh, here we go. The door's opening. Oh, look at her little eyes. Her little eyes. They lit up like Christmas trees. Let me add it. Let me add it. The raw hand before you have it.
Oh. Evening all.
There we go. That's gone. I don't know why I'm so surprised.
Yeah, it does need a bit more in there.
It does. I don't know whether you heard that. It does need a bit more in there. Apparently, was the comment just as she left. Yes. So I think I would give that a strong 8, maybe an 8.5 out of 10 for that. I kind of like that. It's fun and fruity. I like fun and fruity stuff. Claire, what are you rating that out of 10? Mummy B, hold no punches, she will rate them. That's already gone. Right. So, without further ado, I like that, Ross. That can go into the cocktail book. I like that. So, now it's time for cocktail time. I've been looking forward to this. Just do this for the chapters so we can do this. We are back for part 3, is it? Hang on. Grapefruit daiquiris. Normal daiquiris with a run swap, sugar syrup, part 4 of the daiquiris. That's what we're doing tonight. So, what I thought would be fun was I don't know what to call these. I don't know how to classify them. What I thought would be good to swap up to make daiquiris, swapping up the sugar syrups, but not flavoured sugar syrups, even though these kind of are flavoured sugar syrups. But they're not. I'm not talking like orgeat. We'll do that next week. I'll do that in the Mai Tai, actually. Actually, if I was going to do that, I don't know, we'll have a little chat. We'll have a little chat afterwards. I'm going to add another one in here. No. Oh, I just thought I could do the macadamia. But no, if I'm doing the macadamia, I've got to go orgeat as well. Almond macadamia. So I might save that. Right, while we're having a little debate, next week, do I do a daiquiri tasting, and the 5th daiquiri? Do I do that with flavour? Do you really need to see flavoured syrups in daiquiris? Because you kind of get it, don't you? You know you can like just swap in passion fruit for normal gom, and you've got like a passion fruit daiquiri. You get that, yeah? Do I really need to do that? That's kind of obvious. Like one of my favourite ones at the moment, because I've stolen it out of drink stuff, is that guava. That guava syrup from George William Fox is immense. Guava daiquiris with that, oh my God, so good. So good. And I've got the cola down there. But I don't really need to do flavoured daiquiris, do I? So I might do... I don't know if to do the orgeat tonight. Right, what do we reckon? Where's the maple? I'll see how far we get with these 3. I can't think of any others. Demerara. No, there it is. Sorry, got my Demerara. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are not flavoured sugars, but they're kind of... I don't know what you call them. What are we calling them? Let's just sit these to one side. We shall have a little think about those. Do I do those? Do I not do those? Gone. Right, so I want some rums that are going to go for this, because I'm not going to use white rums for these. I think these are going to be suited to aged rums. And I'll be brutally honest, I don't think I would use a full amount of muscovado. I think I would dilute that back with some cane sugar, maybe, because if I just completely did a daiquiri with muscovado, unless I did something like El Dorado with muscovado, that would be kind of interesting. I don't know. Right, let's start off with, right, where's the first one? Honey, Demerara. That's got to be the first place we start, isn't it? So, let's have a group vote. Marmite syrup, the Vegemite, he's going to send me some, and the roast dinner one. I did make a joke. I don't know whether he's on it. I did make a joke. I said, "Oh, that'd be a brilliant video for drink stuff, like titled up the worst syrups of all time." And he just was like, "No, I'm not doing that." It's just like, "No, it'd be fun." He's like, "No." I was like, "What? Come on!" But yeah, I think he's going to do a yeast extract. I think he's going to call it a yeast extract. Just send me a little bottle, and he's got some roast dinner syrup, so that could be kind of interesting. But that's drink stuff. That's not rum, I don't think. Rum roast dinner? I don't know. Roast dinner daiquiri? I don't know. But anyway, so I want Demerara. I've got Andy's joke in my head now. What daiquiri, what rum should we do? You don't need to swap the sugar component in a daiquiri once you try maple syrup and nothing else matters. I haven't got any plain maple syrup, so I've got the Morning Spice maple syrup, which I actually love, to be fair. So Demerara sugar. Pick one rum. Stevie B only ever uses Demerara. So Steve, what rum? Pick a rum. I'm going to make one Demerara daiquiri here. Because I could go down the route of just doing like four different rums with Demerara and then 4 different rums with agave. But you can play about with that. I just kind of want to see, because I rarely ever use Demerara, because I love a white rum daiquiri. I don't really get into dark gold rum daiquiris too much. I prefer white rum daiquiris because I love that light, clean, fresh vibe. So, come on. What rum should we got? You've got 10 seconds, and then I am going to pick Plantation OD. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 3/4, 2 1/2, 1. Too late. I'm gonna do a daiquiri with plantation OD. Duppy share, no. So just gonna do little ones. Plantation OD. Yeah. So I think that was a good shout by myself, to be fair. Some lime juice. What have I just done? 25 mils. So I've got to do just under that, about 17.5 mil. 17.5? Sorry, 7.5 mil. Wrong end. And about 4-ish mil of dem. Tight daiquiris, isn't we? Tight daiquiris. 5 plus 5. Yeah, but you don't need any sugar with 5 plus 5. Let's vote Bacardi 4-year-old. Trevor, you're too late. You're too late. You're way too late. I reckon the feed might be delayed by 60 seconds or so. But I chose for you. So. There we go. Right. That and that and that. So, a moody daiquiri. Plantation OD with Demerara. See, I'm not going to make them, but these have got, for me, these have got to be better than a white rum daiquiri with sugarcane syrup. I'm just not convinced that's going to be me. I love a white rum daiquiri. Although it smells quite nice. It's just... It's nice. Look, it's not horrible. It's really not horrible. But it's just not what I prefer. I just love white rum daiquiris. I really do. Which is interesting. Well, to be fair, I was going to say pineapple plantation, Stiggin's fancy. That is a really good daiquiri, to be fair. I just prefer white rum daiquiris. That's just me. Bonkers flavour syrup, curry, KFC, Big Mac. Like the Chris company. Windy prefer moody Dax. I think for me, where did that go? There. If I add a bit more sugar, but then it loses the sort of citrus balance, and then it becomes too sweet. But they're just not. It's nice, but it's just not as clean and fresh, crisp, refreshing as a white rum daiquiri. For me, that's just my palate. It's just completely where I sit. I do like Demerara. Yeah. Right. As the comments are way behind, I'm gonna pick my. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use Plantation OD for all of these. Let's just go for it. Because why not? Plantation. Nick's been very good to me and stocked me up with all these plantation rums. Again, thanks Nick. so I've got the whole the range there, and there's some XO, and so just when I was getting a bit low up there, I've got some more down there. So I'm gonna do Moody Dax with OD all the way. Right. So this next one. So got 30 ml. I'll leave that to one side. I'm going to go agave nectar. Agave? Oh God, I love margaritas. Tommy's margaritas, to be fair, with agave. So we're just going there, about 4.5 ml. Sorry, 4 ml. And 7 and a bit, closer to 8 ml there. Right, boom, ice. Duppy whites in my daiquiris. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. I thought you meant, yeah, Duppy white. Yes. Sorry, I thought you meant other normal Duppy share. Yes, Duppy white rums. That's actually pretty good, to be fair. I did enjoy. I remember doing that. It must be a few months ago, but I remember doing that as a tasting, and that was tasty. Right. Neil, Plantation 3 stars. Yeah. PS3. Is that what it is? P3S. So, agave nectar with Plantation Original Dark. Right. Oh, that smells quite good. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever done a daiquiri with agave nectar. Agave syrup. Sugar. Agave sugar. I don't think I've ever done one. It smells quite good. It smells better than Demerara, to be fair. Right. That's a bit special. I tell you what might be good. The Paranube, I don't know how you say it properly, but the Paranubes, Paranubes, how do you say it? The Mexican rums might be exquisite with agave, as maybe even as a rum fashioned. I prefer that over Demerara. That's really nice. I'm not saying it's better than a white rum daiquiri, but for me, 100% better than Demerara daiquiri. That's really good. Who's just joined? Ray. Hello, Ray. Not jumped on the plantation train yet. I'm a big fan of that, actually. That's really nice. It's kind of got like a little, obviously not honeyed, but like kind of like honey. You know the floral notes you get off honey? It's kind of got those little floral notes going on, without it being sort of sickly sweet like honey. Really like that. Agave, that's a big win for me. That is great. I tell you what I will do, just for giggles. Hang on, what other rum? I'm going to do white rum. What have I got a lot of? Plantation. I'm going to do plantation with agave. That's going to be interesting. Plantation. PS. I'm going to call it PS3. Sounds better than P3S. Right, plantation. There we go. Boom. And agave. I'll just put the lid on, you muppet. I want to see how the white rums go in this. Oh, a bit too much. Bang on. Perfect. Right. So doing these at 3 1/2, basically. Sorry for those of you that haven't gotten them. 3 1/2, 6 2 1s. I don't know why I say half. I don't. I'm really sorry. I've been used to for years saying like 4 1/2 or 2 1/2 or something like that. I don't know why. 6 2 1. That's kind of what I'm doing. Right, agave. Done that. A bit of ice. I'm not sure. I've got some agave nectar here, but I think that's obviously thicker than what the syrups are. The syrups have been loosened down, if you want. So if you've got agave nectar, you'd probably need to loosen it out just very, very slightly. Maybe kind of like 2 to 1, maybe 3 to 1. 3 parts agave to 1 part water. Same as you would do honey, but I've got honey syrup here as well. So, right. Question. Don't suppose, what's that? Neil, right. Oh, hang on. Neil, don't suppose you could freeze for a moment? I need to get a drink. Right. Kate, I was recently outed as the only plantation. To be fair, Kate, it's a good plantation to have in your stash. Mike, I'm drinking Plantation 5-year rum and coke as I watch your stream. Thanks for the recommendations. It's good, isn't it? I do like that. Barbados rum and coke. To be fair, I really like that and coke. To be fair, the original dark. I think after doing that dark rum video, my palate for rum and coke, I don't think I've tasted any better than there was in that video. That is for me as a rum and coke rum. And yes, I do love the Plantation 5-year-old. I did love the Dawley's 5-year-old with coke, but they don't kind of stack up for me as a dark rum, black rum and coke, and that smashed it. Right, Neil, hopefully you've got a drink now. Right, let's shake that down. I can see another question in there. Mike, that was Mike, sorry. Zach's Cave, I have a question for Steve. How do you make a cocktail using rum? I've just done it. Zach, come and join us in the Discord community. Someone stick the Discord link up. Right. So reminded, did you try Veritas? Let's push the likes to 40. Yeah, come on, Stefan. Reminder if you have a question. Yeah, boom. Right, have I still got it on screen? Yeah, I have. Right. I don't even know how many's watching. Ooh, quite a few of you. Right. Steve, what's the honeycomb rum called? Honeycomb. Honeycomb. What honeycomb rums? Oh, that? Honey Bell? Or do you mean the grapefruit bomb? Grapefruit grenade, sorry. Grapefruit grenade is grapefruit and honeycomb. Or you've got honey bell, which is honey. Well, I call it liquid crunchy. Which one are you talking about? Ashler. Right, I'm putting this off. I want to taste this. Ah, that's magical. That's good. Right, which do I prefer? Oh, that's tough. Do you know what? With the agave, I prefer Plantation OD. I think the more kind of caramel, sort of toffee, fruity notes off that rum go better with the agave than what the Plantation, what the 3 Stars does. It's really good though, but I think I prefer the OD. That and that together, amazing. Love that. That's really nice. Really, really nice. Right, I've got a bit left over there. There we go. Steve, my favourite for rum and coke is still Chairman's Reserve Spiced, but I'm experimenting. Hey, that's don't be, if you're a spiced rum fan, that's amazing. Don't be shy about that. If you're a spiced rum fan, Chairman's Reserve Spiced and coke is amazing. You won't say fairer than that. That for me, that's the 2 Swallows salted caramel rum and coke is amazing, and the Pusses spiced. They're my top 3 spiced rum and cokes by a million miles. They're just amazing. Right. Yeah. The white rum and the agave, the more I have it, the more it's got that a little touch on the cloying aftertaste, which is what I get when I have a dark rum daiquiri, a moody daiquiri as Wendy calls them. But the OD with the agave is really nice. I don't get that cloying aftertaste with it. That's quite nice. Quite nice. Right, let's put the agave to one side. Let's keep the Canadians happy. Oh no, I'm going to do honey. I was going to do maple straight away. I'm not. I'm going to go on to honey now. And I've got a little secret because I have done a honey daiquiri before with Plantation OD. It was quite a few months ago now, but woo, loads too much. Don't want it that sweet. There we go. So 6-2-1 ratios. Boom. There we go. Bit more ice. Everyone, if you're just tuning in for the first time and you're getting into rum and you've never made a daiquiri before, you need to get on daiquiris. Start with, I'm going to say 2.5 again then. Start with 4 parts rum, 2 parts lime, 1 part sugar, and then build up from there. So I'm making these 3 parts rum, 2 parts lime to 1 part sugar. And if you're thinking, what the hell's a part? Because I know people will ask that. Just get a jigger like that. If you're not driving, get a jigger and just use the small end as 1 part. It's that simple. So 1 of those of sugar, 2 of those of lime juice, and then start off with 4 of those of rum. And if you need to add a bit more, do another 2. So go 4, 2, 1. But you can make it smaller if you want. All right? Did that make sense? Made sense to me in my head. Gary. Hello, Gary. Oh, there's lots of comments here. Rustic. Who's that? That's got to be Rachel. Hello, Rachel. Just made a daiquiri with William Fox vanilla syrup, Plantation 3 stars. Yeah. Gaz, surprise Captain Morgan's ain't your favourite spice. Gaz. Moderators, Why are we letting spam like that come through, mods? Hey, come on, there's 5 of you on here. Mike, you're funny. Sorry, Gaz. Right, Monin. Yeah, Monin. See, Monin and that. That's. Sorry. Plantation 3 stars, and that is. To be fair for me, is Roncube. I haven't done the blind tasting yet. I haven't really gone up head to head, but for me, that is my combo at the moment. I flipping love that as a daiquiri. Something about Cuban rums, but that's pretty damn close second place. Like that a lot. Like that. Right, let's put that away. Whoa. Right. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Shaky, shaky, shaky. New glass. Glasses, please. Georgie F. Hi, Mr. Beard. Hello, Georgie. Who was that in your salon earlier? Was that your dad doing renovations? Looks a bit empty in here, doesn't it? Is your new bar ready to go in? Right, so this is OD, Plantation OD and Honey Daiquiri. How's this going to compare to the agave? Now we're talking on my wavelength. That for me is even better than the agave. I'm not going to do that with the Plantation, the white rum. That is now my favourite out of those 3. Honey, I do love honey anyway. And I have to say, little secret, if you do those 2 together, oh, my little numbers coming off. Number 1, if you do, I've got so many numbers down here, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 4, they all just fall off. If you want a daiquiri to blow your minds, the pineapple, oh, here's some gossip. Sorry, for those of you that are just watching. Right, I've chatted to a couple of the Plantation guys. So for those of you who watched, here we go, sort of complete sidetrack. I knew we were going to run late for the rum tasting, but that's fine. Little sidetrack story for you. The Plantation, the Stiggins Fancy. Yeah, that's that one. The Stiggins Fancy pineapple rum. Right. Have they changed their recipe? Because the question I asked, so for those of you who've seen the video, as I said, I wasn't going to pop that in. I was not going to enter that in the pineapple rum video, because that for me is not a pineapple rum. The last bottle I had, it was just rum, subtle hint of pineapple, not really much going on about it, and that's what it's always been. However, this one, when I popped it, this is proper in your face pineapple. Like proper in your face pineapple, and that's why it did so well in that video. I wasn't expecting it to do that well in the grand scheme of things, pineapple forward rums, because it isn't. So I did ask a couple of them about this. They haven't changed their recipe, but also can really put it down to is the freshness and the juiciness of the pineapples that they use. Apparently they do use exactly the same amount of pineapple, so it's all weighed out, and skins and all that, it's all weighed out every year or every batch that they do. And the rinds, Jesus, the rinds go in the white, the 3 stars, and the flesh goes in the OD. What have we done with it? Down here. Right, there it is. So the rinds go in that, the flesh goes in that, and then it's sort of blended together, not whizzed up blended together, but blended together like that. Now, so you are going to get differences on batch, but what I don't understand is this is I've had a lot of Stiggins Fancy over the years, and this is by far and away the most pineapple forward Stiggins Fancy I've ever had. This for me is almost at the levels of some of those pineapple rums down there, which is insane because I've never known Stiggins Fancy to be like that. So whether it will stay like this, whether we've just had a good year of pineapples, I have absolutely no idea. But there's every chance in the world the next batch that comes out might go back to being not as pineapple forward. But this one at the moment is massively pineapple forward, like massive. Even on the nose, it smells like all the others down there. It just smells pineapple forward, really does. So I did find that interesting. It's not that they've changed the recipe at all. It's all weighed and all done exactly the same. It's just the fact it's the batches of the pineapple that's done year on year, which I kind of like, but I also don't like, because if I now get another bottle, say in another couple of months, of that and it's not as pineapple forward, I'm going to be really disappointed because I absolutely love that. That is a pineapple rum that I really, really like. But if the next one's kind of like, it's like, oh. So, yeah, that's the story behind that if you're watching that video. Right, I can see the comments have gone through there. That is a really good daiquiri. Honey with that is amazing. Ashley, no. I will come on to the banana, but not yet. I've had a lot of requests for coconut. So coconut, I will do a coconut video probably at the end of March. Because believe it or not, I'm scheduled all the way up to mid-March already and filmed. So there might be a coconut. So I might do a banana one for April. But I know how that's going to go because I've got all the banana rums here. I've tasted them. It's going to be a bit unfair on me because I know exactly how the banana one's going to work out. Bearing in mind, I haven't tried Hursty's new one yet. So that probably won't be good doing a comparison video for that because it'll just be, yeah. Right. That's my favourite so far, the honey. Right, let's keep the Canadians happy now. Maple spice. Maple syrup, and I know this is not maple syrup. I know that before I get abused by all the Canadians in the house. But, oh, I keep doing that. But it's pretty good. I love it because it's got that little bit of spice to back it up. And I do really like it. There we go. So maple and plantation OD. There we go. Right. Boom, 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 boom in the room. Cool, got these spiced rums to taste after this, haven't I? Right, and all this. Ashley, if you're looking for a rise out of me, young Ash, with your DMF banana, no. Look, no, I nearly bit then. I so nearly bit. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. Oh, so nearly bit. Right, love that. Everyone's thinking, what are you talking about? Pineapple video is amazing. Who's that? Kevin. Thanks, Kevin. Oh, that's made me laugh. Yes, Trevor. Oh, that's made me chuckle. Right. Oh, Jesus, that's made me chuckle so much I'm spilling it. Ashley's thinking, what have I done? What's going on? Right. It smells really good, actually. That is really nice. And there's no bad words coming here, so don't worry. There's no bad words coming in. I do prefer the honey. I'm almost going to put this as a I don't know what to call this because I wouldn't call them flavoured sugars. But if you said to me a flavoured sugar, I would automatically go passion fruit, mango, raspberry, strawberry, and I wouldn't put maple in a flavoured. So I don't kind of know how to classify these sugars, but I'm almost. I actually think that does need just a touch, another 2 ml of maple in there. Trying to catch Steve a fish there. You nearly did, to be fair. I nearly bit. No, I think and proper. It'll be interesting for me to get buy a proper maple syrup, and it's obviously massively expensive in the UK. Like a proper one, we could get cheapo ones like 2-3 quid in the supermarkets. But then if you've got that, you might as well get that because it's going to be no different really. And the proper expensive ones are like 15-20 quid, which is a bit pointless. There we go. Is that maple? Yeah, no, that's honey. Right, and that's that. So honey's my favourite out there. I'm going to do one last one because I need to get onto the rum tastings. Oh, that is, I don't know. One last one. Now, I think this, I don't know if any of you have used this Muscovado. I think this Muscovado is going to be a massively too syrupy for this, like massively too syrupy. I think you are going to need to split this. It's so nice. This is, for me, what I put on pancakes. I want this on Oh, it's pancake week on Tuesday. Oh, it's pancake day on Tuesday, isn't it? That, for me, is what I want on a pancake. But I'm not sure it works in a daiquiri. I don't know. I'm gonna split this. I'm going to do about 3 ml. Sorry, that's my little 25 ml, my little mezclar there. So I'm going to do 3 ml of Muscovado, but I am going to split that with a bit of cane. So just to kind of bring it up by another 2 ml. So I've got 5 ml there. And even then, I think that's still going to be a bit too... I don't know how to use Muscovado in a daiquiri, which sounds a bit stupid, but right, there we go. Oh, it's nearly time, nearly time. I reckon 3 minutes and we'll have the rum tasting. The Bullion rum tasting will be coming up first. Bullion, the gold bars. Oh, I've got to have a little clear down as well. Maple syrup is about $10 for 250 ml here. Yes. It's really expensive. Obviously, it's imported from Canada, isn't it? Yeah, so we don't make it. Neil is a good sipping rum. Bald bar, bearded fish. Oh, rare catch, guys. Steve drops an extra video for Pancake Day. Yes, sober. Question: Which ODK? Kevin. I'm going to be thinking about that now for the next 10 or 15 minutes. My head automatically went blueberry because I really like that. That's in the Drink Stuff studio. That's the first time I've cracked that. I've got the wild berry down here, but the first time I cracked the blueberry and the Drink Stuff, that's really good. So my head went straight to blueberry. Banana. Oh, a banana down here as well. Coconut on a pancake? Oh no. Banana and Muscovado. Right, let's just try this. I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to this. Oh, it's not too bad actually. It definitely does need the sugar cane in there. I think if you just did all out Muscovado, I think you'd be a bit kind of blah, like that. But that's actually quite nice. That little bit of cane sugar just adds a little bit of extra to it. But my favourite, by a million miles, is the honey. I absolutely love that honey. That's really, really good. And I really like that honey syrup, to be fair. Santa syrup on pancakes, no. Oh, what's happening tomorrow, Ashley? Sorry. Good luck tomorrow. Yeah, good luck tomorrow. I don't know what's happening tomorrow, but good luck tomorrow. What have I missed? Oh, there, hang on. I wish I was having a few rums, but start my new job tomorrow. Hey, good luck tomorrow. Right. Yeah, but it's kind of yuzu on a pancake. Yeah, I kind of get it because it is imported maple syrup to the UK. You know, we don't make it. We have got no competition. There is no competition for it in here because it is made in Canada. So I kind of understand it, to be fair. But I don't know anything about the grades or anything like that. But we can get really... Is it Clark's maple syrup? We can get really cheap maple syrup, like £2 or £3. In like little squeezy honey bottles, like really cheap. We could get that sort of stuff. I think, I've got a funny feeling even these guys do a maple syrup, which is about £4 or £5. But the whole point is, like, it's nice, but then I have tasted proper maple syrup from a £20 bottle, and it's just, you can't compare them. And you guys will know that even better than what I do. I mean, I've got no right to talk about this at all. Absolutely no right. But I have tasted proper maple syrup. It's a grade A maple syrup, or whatever it is. And it was just absolutely no comparison to those squeezy bottles. So for me, it's just easier and better to use Monnin's maple spice syrup. There. Right, I am going to get on to Nick. Nick from York. Hello, Nick from York. I was pretty signed it off, Nick from York as well. Just joined in drinking Dressler. I don't know what Dressler is. Right, I'm just going to quickly put this on screen now. I think it's this one, Rum Review. Yep. I'm just going to move my daiquiri glasses over to the wash-up area while I'm doing this. Let's put all those to one side. That's that, that's that, that's that, that's that. Lovely jubbly. That can sit in there. That can sit there. That can sit there. You can come back and see my face now. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Stupidly, I've put the honey one over here now, and I don't know which one it was. Right, where's my cloth gone? I always make such a mess, and I've lost my cloth. Oh, I've lost my flipping cloth. Flipping hell. Blame Kevin. Kevin, oh, there it is. Kevin, it's all your fault. Right. Right, there we go. That's better. Sorry. Got to do it. It's the only problem with live streams. You have to do this. You can't, like, subtly just kind of very swiftly move on. You can't, like, edit it out and crossfade into a new section. You have to clean down. Right, there we go. So, let's clear my palates with a bit of H2O. Sorry if that sounds horrible. Grade B is the best maple syrup. Ken, are you in Canada? Wow, I didn't know that. Right, hang on. There's a difference between between maple flavour syrup and genuine. Yeah. Tesco doing maple handmade book. Best I've tasted. He's Gaz is laying the smack down. Gaz is saying £6 for 250 ml is the best maple syrup he's tasted. Right, so let's get this beauty out. That is empty and ready to go. This, boys and girls, I've been looking forward to cracking this, is the most expensive spiced rum I sure as hell will ever have behind this bar. It is gold. Hang on, let me scroll down. There we go. So without further ado, I'm not sure. I'll be brutally honest now. I'm not sure this is one for Kevin and for selling, because I would struggle to see how you would make a profit on this. I really do. But we shall go into it. So this is Bullion. And I think it's actually from, well, the rums, but it's a Welsh company. I think it's a Welsh company. It's certainly part distilled in Wales. Thanks for your Bullion. Cheers to Bullion team. Right, I don't think there's anything else in here. I think it's just packed away. Right, so I could put that away. So it comes in a box like that. We get wrapped up. Are you ready for this? I'm assuming a lot of you will have seen the thumbnail, but for those of you that haven't, there we go. This is a gold bar, and I think I'm going to have to come around here and give you like the close up. Can we see that? It's like a flipping. It is like a gold bar. Can we see that? Look at that, Bullion. It's like all out like Bullion. No expense spared on the actual bottle. It's all embossed. You know, it's kind of, it's not printed on. It's like embossed on. Bullion. Right. And get the bottom half of that. Premium. Which way's better? Premium bottle, 40% ABV, artisan rum. There we go. I don't think there's anything. I think it's Bullion on both sides. Yeah. Right. So. Very, very shiny. My fingerprints aren't on it at all. Well, they are now, but they weren't. It's that, what's that say? It's spiced rum. So, thank you to the Bullion guys. I don't know your names. I really don't. I'm really sorry. I should have found out your names. But thank you to the Bullion guys for sending me this through. I have had it now for about 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. It's been sitting down here, ready to be cracked out. So apologies for the delay, but I just got a load of stuff sent to me in January, which I'm now coming to the end of. And I've got even more stuff coming to me now for the next few weeks as well. I've still got all the Skylark stuff to do. So, for instance, next week we're going to be doing... Oh, it's a black week next week. So we're doing black tears and black tot next week. So we've got those two to do there. I'm looking forward to cracking the black tot. I've got the Skylark tasting box to do next week as well. So there's another sort of 5 or 6 rums in there to taste. So we're kind of getting there, and then I've got there's another Lost Years rum coming and all that as well. So this, what can I never trust rum in a fancy bowl? I'm not sure I can open it. Oh, hang on, what's just happened here? Hello? I think I might have to get a close-up to demonstrate this. That's just confused. So I don't think this is a screw. Right, okay. So we've got a little... I think, before I do this, I think this is what happens, right? Can we see that? Can we see that there? And I've got this little piece of gold there. So I think once that's off, that's never going back on there. So we've got that. But I think what you kind of do is I can't see any difference. But I think you kind of twist that and it kind of pours out of there. I think. I don't know. Let's find out. Oh yeah, right, okay, so the little white thing is like, oh, the little white thing protrudes. Can we right, okay. So, and then we pour. It's clear-ish, give or take. I wasn't expecting that to be clear. Let's give it a shake. Let's just make sure. Yep, it's clearish, right? Okay. So we can see that. There we go. Can we see? It's got a slight sort of hue to it. I would say Havana 3-year-old sort of hue, Veritas, Probitas hue to it. Okay, so I haven't smelt it. I better tell you about it first before I go any further. Right, Bullion is so. I've just taken this off the website. Hang on, I'll get the website out. I've just taken this. I've cut and pasted it, but I can get this directly off the website here. And then I shall go on. Hang on, where has it gone? Oh, I've not got the website out. Oh, sod it then. Let's go back to OneNote. So, Bullion is a twice distilled sugarcane rum, all the way from Guyanese rum gurus to DDL, Demerara rum distillers, got El Dorado essentially. But a third distillation takes place in Hensall Castle Distillery, which is in Wales. Okay, so I think they're a Welsh brand. Once it's distilled, added natural vanilla and caramel and Himalayan salt are blended with the purest Welsh water. And then we've got tasting notes after this. I can see the comment is going up here. Now, before I dive any further, price. I'm sure some of you have already looked at it. I'm sure Kevin is being treated. Yeah, Kevin, I knew he would do. Look, I just got up there. I've seen a price and I knew Kevin would be there. £48.95p. £50. I have to say, the trade price is a lot less. A hell of a lot less. But for everyone else, the 50 quid. And hang on, can I get... I would like to get their website back up. I don't know why I closed the website. Oh, lying. No, come on. Bullion Rum. Right, there we go. Because I want to see how much. I forgot their login shop. I don't think. Master of Malt are pretty good with pricing. So $44.99 on the shop. But then you've got to pay postage and packaging, I'm assuming, on top of that. International shipping, delivery next day. Oh, you might not. Delivery might be included. I don't know. So yeah. So right. No, it's funny when I just have a quick glance at the comments and certain things just pop out of me. Like Steve's just put no E150A. You know, I've got a whole screen of comments there, and it's just these little things that pop out of me. Right. How much does it cost for cash for gold when empty. It's flipping heavy, I'll tell you that. It's, yeah. 40%, 36.71. Oh, yeah. So I've just in full disclosure, I have a different account to a lot of, not trade. I've got a different account to that as well. Right, smell. Let's get on and smell it. So, smell. Vanilla. I actually get a touch of nutmeg on there as well, but definitely vanilla. Caramel. Not kind of salted caramel like Hursty's Two Swallows, but I kind of do get a touch of salted caramel. So, like, for those of you that have au fait with this, that is proper out and out salted caramel. This is more caramel than it is salt, but the salt is there. So it's slightly salted caramel, but not punchy salted caramel like Hursty's Two Swallows. But it actually smells, it sounds stupid saying this, it actually smells really light. It doesn't smell like it's going to be sweet, which I know is completely bonkers things to say, but you get to that point where you get a spiced rum or you get a rum and you smell it and you think, oh, that's going to be sweet. This, to me, doesn't smell like it's going to be sweet. So I'm actually kind of hopeful. It smells like it's going to be quite spicy, caramelly, but I've got high hopes for this, taste-wise. Straw 36. Can we all go through 41? House of Malt. Is it worth it? Bottle for ego tenders. I think, so like when we dissect this, let's dissect the bottle for a second. It's solid. It's been, you know, proper weighty. The lid, I mean, sure as hell, your backstreet bar is not going to be topping that up with other rum. You know, there's not going to be any Dead Man's Fingers or Captain Morgan's being added to that. You know, that's a pretty clever kind of pour spout, security lock, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure whether that will actually come off if I twist it hard enough. I don't want to twist it that hard, but I'm assuming it might come off, but it doesn't feel like it comes off. It locks. I can't twist it anymore there. So I would assume that once you go past that point of no return, I assume that would break the bottle. Therefore, that means the bottle is probably a one-time use. I assume. I don't know. I'll have a go when it gets empty, but I don't know. My point being is I think you are paying, profit-wise for them, I think you are paying a good £7 or £8 just to cover their costs on the bottle alone. And I'm not saying that each bottle costs them £7 or £8, but when you're talking margins and stuff like that, I'm guessing the profit they would be working on would be £7 to £8 of the profit margins in that rum goes on the bottle at least. That's kind of what I'm guessing for that. Is that a bad thing? It's a selling point. It's a different marketing point. In a world where we've got, you know, different labels, different, well, or similar labels, similar, you know, that does stand out. I'm not sure. Well, it doesn't actually. It kind of blends in, doesn't it? A little bit. But I'm sure if you had a black display or a dark display, that kind of does stand out a little bit like that. So as far as pub bars go, you know, I think you can make cool. I think, right, as a bar, a high street bar, I think you can make a massive selling point for that. And I think you can make some serious cash off it. For the home market, I'm not sure. Let's find out. Let's find out. Question: when we get the taste? Well, hang on. Question: I love lingering this out. When do we get a taste of? I can't even read that. When do we get to taste an STB rum? I'm pretty sure. I would love to do something. I'm not chatting to 3 or 4 distilleries about this, but I'm chatting to 3 or 4 distilleries a lot. We're becoming good friends, mainly because I really want to go down and do some tours and tasting, and I want to learn. So that's my whole thing. I just want to go along for a day when they're distilling and learn. That's my whole thing. But it wouldn't surprise me by the end of this year if something does happen like that, because I'm getting quite good friends with 2 of them. And I'm talking proper rum. I'm not talking spiced rum. I'm talking like proper rum. So, right. Just cheaper than Paco Rabanne. Right, I'm going to crack on. I've been sniffing this a lot. Wow, I wasn't expecting that at all. I need another sip of that before I dive in. Right. Ooh. That is very different. It is sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet. Do I think that's rum? It's definitely got rum element. It's more rum notes coming off it than some spiced rums I've had. But I do get a lot of caramel, a lot of vanilla. A touch of salt, but not sickly sweet salted caramel. That's just completely not what I was expecting. I've kind of got, I don't know what that is. Hang on. Carl, this is going to freak you out. Carl Wilburn. No, this is not live, Carl. This is pre-recorded. Yeah, Trevor's nailed it. That's a bottle that you want a special cocktail made for. Market it that way through the bar. I'm just trying to think what sort of mixes to go. For me, I don't think this is a rum and coke. Rum. And I don't think it's a rum and ginger. Yeah, of course Coke's going to work with it, of course, but I think you're actually going to waste that with Coke. This is not a terrible... Sorry, that sounds really bad. I'm sorry, Bullion, I don't mean it like that. This is not a terrible spiced rum. Look, I'll be brutally honest. For the home market, is the liquid, is it 50 quid? No. I'll be brutally honest there. Sorry, I have to be. It's not that good to be a 50 quid rum. Is it potentially a 28, 30 pound spiced rum? Knowing what people would pay for a 28, 30 pound spiced rum, yes, it definitely 100% competes in that market, 100%. It's not that sweet. As I say, I'm just coming back to it. It's that little touch of salt in the background. It's not, I don't want to say salted caramel, but it has got that touch of salt in the background. It's not like a sickly sweet salted caramel. But there is that vanilla. And because because it's a light rum, it is very, very different. What was their tasting notes? I'm sure I've got their tasting notes here somewhere. Where's my mouse? There it is. See if I pick him for... Right, bursting with warm caramel and creamy vanilla on the nose. Right, yeah. Luxury handmade toffee. That's a good shout. Oh, I thought Mummy Barman, do you want a taste? Do you want a taste? She's coming. She's still sober. Hang on, let me...
I'm very sober.
She's very sober. Apparently there wasn't enough rum in that cocktail.
No, there wasn't.
Ross. Right, there you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, the expert taster. Ooh.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Really lovely.
Yeah, that is.
That soon got polished off. You want a bit more?
I'm going to put some ginger with it.
Oh, some ginger.
Yeah.
Okay, put some ginger with it and then let me know what you think. Come back, give us a shout on what you think. So Mummy Barman's tipple is Schweppes Canada Dry ginger ale. And she's always got bottles. She goes through loads of bottles of it. She loves it. Right, so where do we get to in this? Toffee at the start, sweet and smooth throughout, medley of spices in the finish. The finish is long and deep with cinnamon, all spice berries. Ah, interesting. That may be what that is. Hand cut sweet orange peel. Yeah, I'd probably agree with the orange actually. The one thing that's holding me back about that is purely the price. And I know it's a really cool bottle, and I get that. What's I should put ginger with it. You've probably killed it now with like 10 tons of ginger. Look at that. Look, it's like 5.
I haven't. Stop whittling.
I'm not a fan of that with ginger.
Oh, I am.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, very tasty.
I don't really do the salted caramel with the ginger.
It is, it's nice.
Yeah, you like that? Okay, Mummy Barman loves that with the ginger.
And with soda, I would think.
With soda?
Yeah. I haven't got any soda, so I can't try it.
What, just plain soda water?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, not water.
What are you talking about, soda?
Soda.
What do you mean, soda?
The soda thing.
Soda thing? Apparently soda's something different.
It's soda water, yeah.
Yeah, so soda water. No, I wouldn't have that with soda water. I'd need something. Well, no, because I want something with it.
We don't actually need anything with it. Just a bit of ice.
Question, Ross. Ross has nailed it. Right, hang on. Stratford soda would work with some of it.
I said soda, see?
Yeah, flavoured sodas. That's what you. These sodas.
Oh, those.
Not your soda water. Not your Alka-Seltzer water. Right, I'm going to make a daiquiri with this. Actually, that's a good shout. I think this potentially you've nailed that, Ross. Hang on. Also got some gold shimmer in special cocktail to add to attraction. What have I missed? Right. Mike Dell spiced rum is proper. Look, spiced rum. Hey, look, this is the point, right? I have bitten on this one because is that proper rum? Yes, that is proper rum. Is that proper rum? Yes, that is 100% proper rum. Spiced rums can be proper rum. It's just some of them aren't. That's all. And when someone generalises and says, oh, spiced rums are not rum, they're talking out the backside because some of them are. They are proper out and out rum that's been spiced. That's all they are. You know, so while some of them aren't, for instance, that is actually a proper, is that the one? That is actually a proper rum as well, spiced rum. But some of them aren't. So you kind of, there is, I get why rum people kind of go on about it and all that, but I will always defend spiced rum because there are some brilliant spiced rums out there. But yeah, I'm actually going to do, if I've got some ice left, I've got some ice left, I'm actually going to do a daiquiri with this. I'm kind of intrigued. Where's my other little jigger? I'll do this. Dax. This is for Rossi B. Oh, that's sweet, isn't it? Done 30 ml. I'm gonna do a 6. Yeah, I'm gonna do a 621. So 30 ml, and cane and 5 ml. There we go. 30 ml. 30 ml, 10 ml, and 5 ml. That's what I'm doing for a DAC. I need to get a couple more ice cubes out the old freezer. Wrong hole. Right. I've got some Whopper ice cubes. There we go. That'll do. Whopper ice cubes. Look, my problem with that so far is purely on the price. On taste, it is lovely. It is actually really, really nice. I'm just a bit hung up on the 50 quid price tag at the moment. That's all. Right, that's that. Oh, they're over here, aren't they? Where are they? There we go. Right, is this a daiquiri? I'll be honest, I didn't really enjoy that with ginger ale a second ago. Right, DAC. Return of the DAC. That is a lovely daiquiri. That is really good. So Rachel, to answer that question, that citrus mixer is going to be amazing with it. It's going to work really, really well. Maybe just need a touch of sugar. I really like that as a daiquiri, actually. Really like that. It's a fun... Don't compare it to like rum daiquiris. I'm comparing this to spiced rum daiquiris, flavoured daiquiris, and I really like that. That's really nice. The plus side to this, it really isn't that sweet. Sweetness scale, I'm going to do this out of 10. Sweetness scale, I would potentially go 4. A 4 out of 10 on the sweetness scale. Maybe pushing for, and I'm purely based on spice. Don't compare that to rum. I'm purely on a spiced rum sweetness scale. So for instance, sweetness scale for me, spiced rum, that's down at a 1 or a 2 out of 10. And I don't want to be harsh, but I would put And I still really like it, so don't think this is me being harsh, but I would put Sly Dog at about the 7 and DMF at about the 8 out of 10. Lamb's, Captain Morgan's, about the 9 out of 10. Lamb's Spiced Rum, definitely an 8, high 8 and 9. So I would put that at roughly about a 4 if that's like a 1 or a 2 out of 10. Because there's no sugar added to that at all. I haven't got, all my spiced rums are over there. I haven't really got them to hand. Crack, yeah, comparing that, right, okay. I just thought my Kraken's down here, innit, somewhere. My Kraken. I think Kraken is sweeter. I would put Kraken at about a 6 out of 10. So that's definitely a 4 out of 10 on that. So I don't think it's actually that sweet. And there. And yes, I would happily drink that. Would work with it. Question for ego tenders. So that's answered that one. 60-second. Hello, mate. How are you? I used to mark up Ace of Spades like a mad at parties. Gold wrap. Scott. I find it looks a bit gimmicky and we naturally avoid it because of the look. Personal opinion. I get that. I totally get that, Scott. I totally get it. And I do think if I put myself in a brand position, look, right, what is this going to be aimed at? This is going to be aimed at party bars. It's not going to be aimed at top cocktail bars. It's going to be aimed at party bars. Age potentially 22 to kind of 30-year-olds. They've got a bit of disposable income. Do like to go out and have a good time. I think that is precisely that market. If I was a brand, that's a very niche market for me to hit. If I get it, I get what they've done, but I think if you bottle that up properly and you put a different spin on the marketing, a different spin on that rum, I think you capture a different clientele and actually probably the right clientele for that. Because I think for the 22 to 25-year-olds, I think that would need to be a little bit sweeter, if I'm being honest. And I think this is actually the palate for the slightly older brigades. But I think Scott has nailed it. I think Scott, because of the branding, I don't think the sort of 30 to 40-year-olds are going to look at that and buy a bottle. I think that's the conundrum. The liquid is really good. As a spiced rum, the liquid is very, very good, I have to say. I would quite happily drink that as a daiquiri. In fact, that might go up there as one of my favourite spiced rum daiquiris. That is really good. 621 has nailed that perfectly. I'm kind of torn with this. I'm really, really torn. Because I'm at that age now, 45 this year. I'm at that age where I'm kind of like, I'm exactly where Scott has just put this. If I saw that on the shelf, I wouldn't go anywhere near it because I'm past it. That, for me, even as a bar, running the bar like I did do, well, I've lost track of time now, 10 plus, well, yeah, year 10, so about 10, 12 years ago. Running the bar, I would kind of look at that and think, oh, I don't know. I get Bumbu, for instance, Bumbu, right? I get Bumbu as a proposition to a bar. Bumbu is kind of that premium look. The bottle, it's a decent liquid. Bumbu is a little bit, so, right, for those of you, Bumbu is probably the hot topic for spiced rum fans. Bumbu, I would put at a 7 out of 10 for sweetness. So that's where you're sitting there. This is 4. I reckon this is 4 at the most. I don't think it's that sweet. I'm really conflicted on that. Bullion, you've done a great job with the liquid. The liquid is phenomenal. I really like that. It's a spiced rum. That is very, very good. It's the bottle, it's the marketing, it's the gimmick. I'm not kind of, I get why it's going to be divisive. But in this day and age, you have to be divisive to market and to sell. So I'm really torn on it. I'm really torn. Stick that in that sort of bottle, a cheap bottle, charge £25 for it, it could quite easily become the biggest selling spiced rum in the UK. That's how much I like that. But the fact is, it's gone niche. And I get it, because you've got to make a lot of noise in the market to be the best. DMF, for instance, Dead Man's Fingers are just nailing the market at the moment because they've got the advertising budget, they've got the brands, they've got the bottles, you know, the range. I get it. Then you've got a tough battle going up against DMF, a really tough battle. And it ceases, when you go like that, it ceases to become about the quality of liquid. It's just a brand. It's all about the brand. Because DMF is all right. It does a great job. It is all right these days. It's worlds apart from when it was Cornish. Worlds apart. It's a completely different rum now to what it was like 5-6 years ago. Completely and utterly different. They will say it's not. It is. It's 100% different. But DMF have done the marketing thing really well. They've done what Captain Morgan's did essentially, like in the early 2010s, sort of late, sort of early 2000s, early 2010s, when Captain Morgan's owned it. Then Kraken owned it for a while. Sailor Jerry owned it for a while. You know, they've done, DMF are in there. So you've got a lot to do if you're a brand, and it's really harsh. So I get why they've gone niche. I completely get why they've gone niche. I'd love to see Master of Malt's figures to see how many people are buying that at 50 quid. I'd love to see that. But it's a spiced rum daiquiri. That is going to be very, very hard to beat. Very hard to beat. In fact, if I have, bearing in mind I like lighter white rums as daiquiris, that's my palate. If I have a better spiced rum daiquiri this year, I will be amazed. That's a tough bar to set. So I think that's nailed it. That's where I'm going to leave that. Love the liquid. The liquid's really, really nice. Especially at my time where I've kind of going away from the sweeter stuff. I'm just not sold on the bottle. That's the, and when you can, I don't know. Yeah, that's where I'm leaving it. I can't really see anything. I can't really say anything else like that, to be fair. I think I've made that. Have you tried Foursquare Spiced Rum? Kate. See, that's a good. That's another story. That's a story for another day. I need to get Foursquare behind it. I haven't had Foursquare for ages. That is a story for another day. Foursquare Spiced Rum, because that is actually very, very good. But the big difference is market-wide, and if there's one market that I understand very, very well, it's the spiced rum market. I'm pretty confident I could work with a lot of brands to get them to appreciate and open up the market. That is the one market that I can absolutely nail, because I get it. I can see it from all sides. Rum is a very hard one for me because I'm at the bottom end of the rum market. With these, you know, I'm not up there at the Velliers, the Clarins, and all that sort of stuff. The Coronis, I'm not up there with that. The Foursquare brand, whatever they call them, that range, the actual Foursquare rums, I'm not up at that category. So I would struggle to kind of advise there. But any spiced rum brand, I could advise and help them to do a lot. That's the market I completely understand, and I'm not sure. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how to close the bottle now. Right, there we go. It's closed, and this doesn't sit on. This doesn't now sit on top. So now I'm left with this like hole that's just like that all the time, because I could sort of pop that on top again. I could sit that in there. It's there, but then it'll just fall out as soon as I sort of do that. It's actually sat there, to be fair, but as soon as I do that, pop, like that. Yeah, interesting one. Bullion, I have to give you a round of applause. The liquid is brilliant. I love the liquid, really do. I'm just on the fence with the whole brand. And if that's the only bad thing I can say about that, then you've done really well, because I can't fault the liquid at all. Love it, really do. Right. Agreed, there must... Oh yeah, I forget about the vodka. Or what's it called? AU or I forget what it's called now. I've not really paid much attention. Might be nice with pineapple juice, Dragon's Den, STB. I'm out. Hey Al, how are you? Did I see you sneak into the Discord earlier? Was that you? I'm sure you were in the Discord earlier. I'm sure it was another Alan just popped into the Discord earlier. I'm not sure who that was. Right, okay. Oh, question. Where does Kingston in your... Ah, Neil, watch the videos. Oh, is it out? Hang on a minute. Is it out? I don't know. Is it out? I was going to say watch the video. Why are you asking such a stupid question? Content. I don't know. I'm so far ahead. Neil. 8th of... Oh, you've got a long time to wait. Can you see that? 8th of March. Plantation versus Eldorado. 3 versus Dawley's. That's the thumbnail. But Kingston actually does come out to play again in that. Find out. 8th of March. Right, okay. Indeed being a lurker. Yeah, I thought that was Al. I thought it was. I thought you joined the Discord ages ago anyway. But right, so let's move on to from Bullion to Two Drifters. The Two Drifters very, very kindly have sent me that. We are going to do another Two Drifters night. I was going to say signature. It's not their signature, is it? What is it? Two Drifters. Oh, no, hang on. I've got all the tabs open for Two Drifters. Hang on, right. Let me... Can I go back on that? I can go back on that, that's right. So, right, there's signature rum. So, Two Drifters, we're going to be doing another night in, I think it's Easter time, on Two Drifters. Their normal signature is out of stock at the moment. It's because everywhere's out of stock because it's not ready yet. It's being aged still. They've sold out of their other batch and it's being aged. So that is their proper rum. You can't get it anywhere at the moment unless someone's got old stock because it is sold out and their new batch is resting. It is aging. So we have got the white rum and the pineapple overproof. Now, you will have, if you follow my videos, you will have already seen these two in action. And I was quite impressed by both of them. In hindsight, this was a bad rum to put, sorry, it was the wrong rum to put in that video. I got kind of swayed a little bit. So hello, Russ. Hello, Gemma. Thank you for sending me this. The couple behind there. This brand actually started in Vancouver in Canada for some reason. I don't know the backstory behind this. I don't know whether both of them were out in Vancouver, but that's how this brand started. They were out in Vancouver. They met in Vancouver. I don't know. We'll chat to them properly about that. But they are a carbon negative distillery, and for people like Windy that love a little story, that love a little bit of doing for the planet and stuff, carbon negative basically means they're taking more CO2 out of the planet than they're putting back into it. And I've got the rundown here. This is on their website, so you can all go and stalk this. For instance, we have an electric distillery run on 100% renewable energy, electric vehicles, carbon neutral packaging, and a courier is now, and carbon neutral packaging and courier, a low impact website. I don't know kind of what that means. I have to go into that. I don't know what low impact website means. Sustainable merchandise, a new bottle design creates significantly less CO2, so less tax for us to pay. And there's another little thing here. So I've got rid of it now, but the cork is a natural wooden cork. The tamper seal, so you know those plastic cellophane things that you get on top, I've taken it off now, is 100% compostable. So I'm assuming that's PLA or whatever the other version of PLA is. The rum's carbon negative. The glass bottle is light and British made and taxed. The label is 95% sugarcane fibre, which is waste material, 5% hemp and linen. So everything about this is sustainable and putting more back into the environment than they're taking out. More, is that the right way to say it? They're basically doing more for the environment than any other rum brand. So I really like them. Based right at Exeter Airport, so really easy to get to. You can fly in, or you can just get a bus taxi out to from Exeter. A30, A30. What's the A road? It's not the A30. A30. I've lost track now. A30. don't know what it is, but just off the M3 anyway, M4 down to Exeter. Out. So I have done these rums now. The reason why I put this into the Jamaican video was because I saw an Instagram post from Gemma putting up, like saying it was back in stock, and I saw it basically described as a funk bomb, and I thought, oh, that could be really good to put a British rum up against side of a Jamaican rum. Now, when it came to funk, it wasn't quite there. And I feel bad for putting in that video because this is actually a really, really nice rum. I really like this rum. So white rum, I've got nothing else to really tell you about it. I think there might be a bit on the price-wise. Let's do the price first. £30 and yeah, I'm logged out. £30 and 45p for that. Is there anything else I can tell you? I don't think how to drink shop. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Pure white rum, crisp and clean. So fermented and distilled and bottled in Devon, a blend of pot and column still rum, 100% cane molasses, carbon negative. I've got a feeling there was a thunder pit or a muck pit involved in this. It doesn't say it on the website, but I think it does. I'm really sorry. I've just seen Vancouver. So just to give you a close up on there, Two Drifters. That's the rum there. Crisp, clean, fresh notes of vanilla, apple, white pepper and lime zest. Approved, there we go, look, approved by Russ and Gemma. So far our distillery has removed, oh look at that for a stat. So far our distillery has moved 16.72 tonnes of CO2 from the atmosphere. And then there's a whole little bit on the back. I won't let you, well, we'll give you all that. I'll read you the promise out. So, their whole brand, every bottle was the same. This rum was an idea that lived in the minds of two drifters travelling the world. I think that's how they met, Vancouver. I think that's where it comes from. It's definitely Vancouver's in there somewhere. I'm just saying that because of the Canadians. They'll get all like, oh yeah. Before they returned home to Devon to meet reality, their promise, the world's first fully sustainable rum distilled in the UK. Production, a carbon negative all-electric distillery powered entirely by renewable energy. The result, a collection of delicious rums. Right, the white rum. And you can see it's won silver awards there. So let's have a decent kind of glug. Now, as far as putting this up again, now this is what got me, because it is a blend of pot and column stills. So with pot, you're going to kind of think white rum, that's going to go up against like Jamaican for that sort of thing. For me, it didn't. It didn't really kind of, I wouldn't class this in the Jamaican style. And it was a bit unfair because I was judging that video purely on sort of Jamaican style of rums. And that's why it didn't kind of fare. It's pretty, that's what I say, it's a bad decision for me because I don't think you're ever going to get to a point where the UK, no matter how we try and do it, the UK are going to make a Jamaican style rum. I just don't think it's going to happen. The climate, for instance, the terroir, you know, it's just not going to happen. But I have to say, and I think I recall this on doing it actually on the tasting, the funk that does come off that is insane for a UK rum. It really is. It's giving me agricole vibes, and I know Wendy's just gone like that, but it really does kind of give me agricole vibes in there. 40%? Yeah, 40% ABV. Of course, it's the 8:30. You need to go home more. I tell you, mate. I couldn't work. No, I couldn't work out whether the airport was on the 8:30 or whether it wasn't. I couldn't work out where the airport was. It's because I never go past the airport. I'm straight down the M4. Sorry, Nick. Anyway, it was the whole point where the airport was. That was it. That was all I was there. Right. Can you lick your nose? Why are we talking about licking noses? Kate's Rum Life. The Two Drifters is also working towards B Corp status, really leading the way. Yeah. Cool. Diabetic might lick labels. So can remove pus's cork with a tongue. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Right, okay. So you're all having a bit of bants. Right, is there a part? What pus? Right, okay. So this, I get, it's just, for me, it's just pure sort of agricole. I don't want to say sweet, but it gives me sweeter kind of agricole vibes to it. And it is really nice. But when you go to sip it, it's completely different. I still get the funk, but the apple does come out. But I get kind of vanilla-y notes off that. And the funk is quite... So how this would... Right, if I was comparing this to Rum Bar Silver, which was in the video. The thing with this, the funk, the hogo, whatever you want to call it, I was going to say a really posh word then, but it doesn't become me. Diminishes, kind of disappears, dissipates. There's another posh word for you. Dissipates a lot quicker than what the rum bar would do. But that's what I come back to. I think it was a massive error for me to put it in that video, because I still don't, even if you make a Jamaican style rum, if you made a Jamaican style rum in Guyana, for instance, you're still not going to make a Jamaican rum. It doesn't matter where you are, unless you're in kind of Jamaica and you've got the climate and you've got all that terroir and the agriculture and all that. So no matter how hard you try, you're not going to make a Jamaican style rum. But I have to say, I really do like this, really do. And it wouldn't be my first choice daiquiri rum, but it's for a different right, here we go. For me, I'm putting that, for me personally, I'm putting that above Veritas. Now that I've had a good play with it and kind of a little sip, I am putting that above Veritas for me. I do enjoy it more. Sipping neat. It's just kind of Veritas. I don't know how to describe it. Veritas is great. I do love Veritas. But Veritas is a lot more, I was going to say raw. Is that the right word? It's a lot more peppery bite, spice to it. Raw is the kind of word I'm looking for. Like whiskey fans would love. Whiskey fans would probably pick Veritas or Probitas, whatever you want to call it, over that. But for me, my palate, I really like them. For me, right, so this is going to sound really, really bizarre. Really bizarre. But how I would describe that is a Cuban style of rum. Bear with me. A Cuban style of rum, because it's kind of light, but with that little hint of funk to it. And I do really, really like it. Yeah. And for what was it? 30? No, it's the wrong one. I was going to say 40 quid, that's wrong. £30 and 45p. I think this is a great, great English rum. £30 for an English rum that are doing all they can for the environment. I think that's really good. I really do. Excuse me. I'm not sure it's a neat sipping rum for me, like Plantation 3 Stars, like the Cube. I could quite happily sip them neat. But I do really like that as a daiquiri. It's really grown on me. The first time I had it, not so much, but it's really, really grown on me now. Really grown. I'm thinking actually, this would be, I would love to put it right. If I did a rum taste, this is how I'd explain this. If I did a rum tasting night and I wanted to give people a kind of insight and take people on a Jamaican journey, right, and to get people used to funk. If someone said to me, what is funk? To take them on a journey, right, I would start them off with that Kingston. Because it's a Jamaican rum, it's very Appleton vibes, but it's not so much, not too funky, right? I would then give them that Two Drifters, because they can certainly smell it, and you do get a very kind of grassy, kind of fresh, but the finish is kind of vanilla-y to it. You kind of get that vanilla vibes to it. And I would give them that to kind of work up from that. And then I would probably break them in with like the Rum Bar Silver, for instance. I would go kind of that, because to go from that to that, I think is going to kill someone. It's going to be like, whoa, that's too much funk. But to kind of get them used to that, I do. It is massively growing on me. I'm not sure it's a daiquiri rum for me, because I've got really used to those really light rums, and it's just got a bit too much funk on it for me for a daiquiri rum. But I think it's brilliant for an English rum. I think it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Really love it. And I can't. The other ones I'm getting soon, Scratch. I'm going to get their white rum because I really want to see what that. So that's distilled again in the UK. And I have to say, you know, I come back to that. All right, that's a blend, but I love the Lost Years Navy and the Silver Moon. I love them. Yes, they're not distilled in the UK. They are blends brought into the Caribbean rums, blended in the UK. But there's doing some great stuff. And to be brutally honest, as much as I like the Mad City, sorry, you know where I'm going to say. As much as I love the Mad City, that for me is an out-and-out rum, because it's distilled properly, and that's botanical. That for me is head and shoulders. That's where the shoulders was coming through. That is head and shoulders above the Mad City. Head and shoulders. Completely different rums, completely and utterly different rums. But I really do like that, really do. So hopefully you can kind of see where I am with that. Yeah, big fan. For 30 quid, big fan of that, big fan. I think a lot of bars, especially UK, I think a lot of bars would do well to kind of stock that and to get people kind of supporting local, supporting UK, because I think that is a great brand to do. So we've got that. Which one? That's my... Oh, let's just go in one of these. I need some more of these. I love these little tasting glasses. Right. Passes part 2. The issue, right, and I've just seen a comment here from Ken as well. I will, yeah, and Kevin's piped up with that as well. The issue I've got, well, it's not an issue, is the comparison. Sorry, there is a comparison to be had here. Right. £30, £18. Right. Yes. Pretty, even though they're a smallish brand, pretty huge international distribution. So cheap bottle, for instance, as well. Labelling is not much. It is cost them, bearing in mind Worthy Park have been producing rum for a lot of years as well. Their costs to Worthy Park are minuscule compared to that. And it's what I say, I've said it quite a few times in videos now, you cannot compare prices. You cannot compare UK rum prices to Caribbean rum prices. You just can't. You can't. You've got to add at least a tenner onto every bottle, purely for the fact they're UK. The raw materials is going to cost a lot less to ship them over here. The bottle charges, everything. You know, we are just not geared up in the same way for rum, in the same way as the Caribbean is. So price alone, you know, that is never ever going to be a £20 rum. They just can't. They would go bust. They would physically go bust. Whereas Worthy Park is still making a decent amount of profit on that being an £18 rum. Yeah, that is the difference. All right. I mean, let's be brutally honest. They've got sugarcane grown in their back garden. That's essentially it. You know, Worthy Park on their estate. They go out to their estate. They harvest some sugarcane. They can frickin' distill it. We can't do that. You know, so that in itself is the big part of why that's 18 quid and that's 30 quid. Yeah, I know price is important for a lot of you. I get that, but you kind of have to look beyond price when it comes to things like this. You know, I get you have budgets. I absolutely get that. I totally get it, but you cannot compare it price-wise. Just can't do it. Right. I mean, right. Let's be brutally honest. If you're looking at price alone, you're just going to go Bacardi, aren't you? If you're purely basing everything on prices, and I can get that cheaper, then just buy Bacardi. It's that simple. You know, if that is your benchmark, well, it's 18 quid or 14 quid. Just buy Bacardi, because that is where you are. Or Santiago for 18 quid or whatever. You know, you can get that from Tesco's. You know, that's your benchmark. So when it comes to stuff like that, you really can't compare that to price. It's a bit different comparing that as a £50 rum to a £30 rum. That's a bit different comparing a £30 rum to an £18 rum. Yeah, you see where I'm going with that. Right. So, this stuff, right, let's give you a little kind of... can we get that on there? Look at that. 60% ABV. Overproof spiced pineapple rum. Rich and fruity rum. Irresistible notes of pineapple, salted caramel and creme brulee. I should have clarified this with Gemma. I really should. But I think I'm right in saying this is actually pineapple. Like proper pineapple. Not pineapple compound. I think. Don't hold me to that. I should have clarified that because I didn't even say it in the pineapple video. But I think this is actually pineapple. I think. Right, 60% ABV. We've done that on the pineapple video. I can't remember off the top of my head. You go and watch it. I've put the actual, I've done it. I've equated that as a, so yes, it is expensive. I've got it on there, £39.95. But it's 60% ABV. It's a 70 CL. Yes, Hursty's pineapple grenade is, hang on, Kevin's probably beating me to it, but I'm not looking in the comments and I know I'm ahead of time. Grenade. So pineapple grenade is 31.75. Okay, logged out, 65%. But that's a 50 CL bottle. That's that. Right. When it comes to shop price, if you were doing like for like, you would use about 15 ml of that to 25 ml of a 40% rum. So this will actually go a lot further. And I think if I remember rightly, it broke down cheaper or just roughly about the same price as Dead Man's Fingers pineapple. If you were doing 15 ml shots compared to a 25 ml shot. So 15 ml of 60% versus 25 ml of 40%. I think this broke down slightly cheaper or about roughly the same price as Dead Man's Fingers pineapple. All right, so just to clarify that. Now this stuff, Worthy Park. Support UK is only money. Fort Island. This, I mean, this smells. Doing this right in the pineapple rum tasting was just funny, and it was the same with the plantation, and it was the same with the pineapple grenade. Just smelling it, it was just like it smells like none of the other pineapple rums that you've got down there, purely because the alcohol enhances the flavours, enhances the notes of there. It's just insane to smell that. That to me smells like that literally to me smells like I've just cut that in half and I'm just smelling that. That's what that smells like. So good, so tasty. It's got quite a lot of alcohol kick to it, but it's so enjoyable to drink neat. So enjoyable. I think, right, this is going to be a bold statement, and I should have done this, actually. Have I got another glass? I would love to measure this out properly. Where's my other jigger? Hang on. I've got my where's. Oh, let's go this one. This one's washed out, right. Right, if I can do this right, I want to bring this down to a 40%er. And there is a video dropping about this really soon. You'll understand where I'm going for this. So, I'm just going to dilute this down very slightly. I'm going to bring the ABV down to roughly about 40%. That should be about right. So it's just water, just diluting it down. Because that's how you bring rums down to ABV. So this should now, it's probably maybe a bit over, maybe about 45%, but give or take a 40%er. That to me is one of the cleanest, freshest pineapple rums I've ever tasted. And I'm going to say this, for me, better than Plantation. Better than Plantation. Because it has got salted caramel, which I love. I do love the salted caramel notes. I think it's a 40% rum, drinking neat. Fair enough if you drink like pineapple rum and Cokes. All right, just add more Coke. I get that. It was that good. It really was, get that. But if you love it neat, add a touch of water, bring it down to ABV, bring it down to like 40% ABV, and it is phenomenal. The juicy pineapple notes really come out. The spice dies away, and you're just left with a pineapple forward rum that's distilled in the UK. It's juicy pineapple. It's so nice. It's so nice. And I do prefer that, drinking that at 40%, give or take. It might be a touch stronger than 40 still. It might be about 45%. I need to get like really down to like the cloak. This I could just about do 2.5 mil in there and like 3 mil. I can kind of guess it. But just to bring it down to 40% ABV. And to do the test, and I love Hursty. I love this, but I'm not sure. We can do the same. So this is 65, isn't it? So I've got to do this slightly differently. Sorry, I've got another bottle. What's that? Right. Do that. Add a bit of water. So, cool. Maths is doing in my head now. That should be about right. Should. So I've got about 3 mil of water. If I'm right, 3 mil of water to 10 mil of that at 65% should roughly, if I've got my maths in gear, should roughly be about right. That is gorgeous. I mean, I can't take anything away from it. I can't take anything away from Hursty's rum. The big difference is, though, I can tell, and I'm not saying that is, I'm not saying the Two Drifters is pineapple, fresh pineapple, but I can definitely tell that Hursty's is a pineapple compound. Even though it's natural and not like a bunch of E numbers put together, it is natural pineapple. I think, I might be completely wrong, but that to me tastes like fresh pineapple. That is delicious to sip neat. And I would love to see that. Me personally, I would love to see that at a 40% rum. Bottled at a 40%er. Because I think that, having tasted all those that I've still got down there, going like for like, I think that would have smashed every single one of those out the park at 40% ABV. I mean, it did pretty well as a 60%er. But you could tell it was that, you could tell it was overproof. But just diluting that down with a bit of water, that's stunning. Love that. It's like an alcoholic pineapple juice with a touch of salted caramel. Whereas this is sweeter, a little bit more cloying, but in a nice way, not like in a sickly sweet way. It's still thicker, it's still syrupier. And I love it. I really do love it. I'm never going to say a bad word against that. I love it. But it's a proper, authentic. It's a proper, look, doing things from scratch. It's a UK distillery. As much as I love Hursty and that, I'm going to back that because it's UK and they've made that from scratch. They've made that near Exeter Airport. Yes, they put the bloody cream on the scones first. I will forgive them. I will forgive them for that. We all know you'd put jam on first. We get that. But that's something we can never hold against Devonians. But when it comes to making rum, Russ and Gemma, that is exceptional. I love it. I absolutely love that stuff. It's amazing stuff. Right, hang on. Right, where are we going with the questions here? Decky, I can't even say that. Decky Doughty. I'm assuming that's how we say that. Hang on, I'm with Ken. Right, let's scroll back. I'll come back to Decky Doughty. I've probably missed a few comments here. Ken. Kevin, how's it compared to Grenade? Hopefully I've just done that for you as well. Sorry, Kevin. I love the Discord and all the great peeps. Robin, just dropping in to say hello. Who's that? Hello, William. Right, let's go back to Decky. Decky Doughty. Has Steve ever mentioned woods? I know he likes passes. I need to get woods, and I will be honest, I think, right, I've got that coming up. Who is it, Ken? No, Decky. So I've got Black Tot to do. It's still, and I haven't tasted Black Tot now in I'm assuming it's the same blend I've tasted. But I haven't tasted Black Tot in a good couple of years. I didn't have it at Rumfest last year. So that was 2021. We obviously weren't out in 2022. So the last time I would have had this would have been Rumfest 2020. So I haven't had this, Rumfest 2019. So I haven't had this in a good 2 years. So what I'm going to do, I've got this next week to retaste on the live show. And then I actually want to do woods, that and that in a comparison video. And I think there might be one more. I forget which one it is now. I've got HMS, I was going to say HMS Victory, but that's a boat. It's HMS something that's got an overproof Demerara rum. So yeah, hopefully that answers that question for you, Decky Doughty. We shall see. We shall see how that does. It's nothing to judge a rum on, but you have to say I really hate the name. What? Puzzles. The only issue I've got with doing that video is that I obviously have a lot of puzzles. So, I'd be pretty confident in picking it on a tasting, which would kind of influence me. I really enjoy. What did I film? I filmed something on Thursday that I haven't done, and it was really enjoyable trying rums that I haven't had for a good couple of, even though they're sitting here, I haven't had the rums for a good couple of months, and I was like, oh, that's quite, because you haven't got any perception of what it is. There's that plant, the white rum video that's coming up, the Eldorado. It was Dawley's versus Eldorado versus Plantation 3 Stars. But I've had all those rums in the last couple of weeks, and it was kind of, you know, yeah, I recognise that, I recognise this, I recognise that. It's not to say that I picked the rums, because there's a bit of a curveball coming in there, but you kind of pick the flavours. So I kind of want to leave. I kind of not want to touch Puss's Gunpowder Proof for like a good month, if I can get away with it, and then do a video. But that'll be hard, because I'll have it up at Rumfest, up at NLB in a couple of weeks. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to have to do that video, to be fair. This is banging. I love this diluted down. I need a syringe to get this like properly on the money for a 40% ABV. Hang on, perhaps if I do. Yeah, I reckon that's about 40% ABV. Maybe not 42, 40, 43 ABV. This is so nice to sip neat. Oh yeah. It's just bringing it down from 60% to 40-ish%. It might even be slightly less. It might be down at like 38 or something. But if I was backing myself, I'd say it was just slightly over the 40%, just on pure alcohol. But that is gorgeous to sip at 40-ish, give or take. Absolutely gorgeous. Alcoholic pineapple juice. Stunning. Stunning. Salted caramel notes coming back. Oh, lovely. Right. Hang on, I'll tell you what I will flash up on screen now that I've done that. Just so we can see the chapters. That. We'll flash that up on screen for a couple of seconds so I can see that. And then I can add my chapters in as we go in a couple of minutes. Right, let's go back to that. There we go, that's better. Right, You're going to need a big bar. Al Ho question. Alan, about to get ready for Betty Bye and have a mug of Horlicks. What rum would I... Oh, Horlicks and rum. Oh, Horlicks. I would go with my Horlicks. Oh, Al Ho. Is it the chocolate Horlicks or is it the plain Horlicks? Because if it's the chocolate Horlicks, I would go... If it was the chocolate Horlicks, I would totally go El Dorado 12-year-old. All day long. Nice sort of Demerara, caramel, toffee kind of vibes going on. That's a stunner with that. I'm not convinced that would work with the normal Horlicks, the sort of malted milk Horlicks. The malted milk Horlicks, the sort of milky version of Horlicks, that would be a good shout. Something like the Plantation Fiji. That would be kind of fun. Cheers, Ross. Good night. I said it right. Steve, jam first. Always jam first. Yeah. Hi, gang. I'll watch this in the back in a week. Very quiet. Hey, Carl. How are you? Hope you're well, mate. Plain Horlicks. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, brilliant. Right. If there's any questions, fire away for the questions and the banter. 20. There's still quite a few of you on. I've still got a bit of time. Obviously, you know me. We like to hang around and chat. If there's anything you want me to discuss, I don't think I'm going to crack out another rum. I think another dram. I think I'm going to leave that for next week. I need to put my Brugal up there, actually. That's on there. So next week, I'm going to do... Oh, that's what we need to decide. Not a Diplomatico. What am I doing next week? Still in middle of my tiki. I'm not going anywhere for a couple of minutes. Don't you worry. Question. Thanks, Neil. Right. While I'm just getting this set, I've forgotten. Right. I think Windy nailed it with the Ronza Kappa next week. So do I do Ronza Kappa for the dram at the start of the show? Do I do the Angostura 1787? Or do I do the SBS El Salvador 2008? That's that. I really want to do that Facundo Exquisito. Chairman's Reserve. No, let's bring those two up as well. Chairman's Reserve 2005. Chairman's Reserve 1931. So, right. Trevor's. Neil, don't worry, I've seen it. I'll come back to that. What's the Kappa? The 23, isn't it? Yeah, the 23-year-old ish. Yeah, the Solera. It's Solera, so it's not 23 years old. It's Solera, but you know. Right, let's go. Oh, that's so good. Do you know what? As much as I love that plantation, diluting that down to 40%-ish, that is potentially one of my favourite flavoured rums ever. I'd love to. I need like a syringe, like a proper graded. What are they called? A proper fine-tuned syringe where I can get literally down to the 1 mil, if you know what I mean. No, not 1 mil, like tenths of a mil. I'd love to dilute that properly down to like 40% ABV. That is just stunningly delicious. And that's the question, isn't it? It's like, okay, it's a brand name. And I'm not saying, right, so Russell Gemma, I'm not, if you're watching, if you do watch this back, I'm not saying you've got it wrong, but as a brand, is 60% ABV the right thing to do? Because people are going to automatically look at it and see it's more expensive. Are you at home? Are you really going to do 15 mil as opposed to a 25 mil shot? You're not, are you? You're going to pour a glug. So you're going to add more Coke. So it's not going to go further in that respect. So is a better, I don't know, I'm so conflicted by that. Is a better, tastier product. Sipping, right, here's the thing. I love to sip rums neat these days. I have got some mixes. I do like mixes, but I like sipping them neat. That for me is so nice, sipping that neat. Really, really nice. I could have another one though, straight away. Right. Right, Neil, question, how does the math work bringing it down percentage? So if you've got, you just have to work out the percentages in your head, that's all. If you've got 60% ABV, you do 60%, you can't, I've got a graded jigger here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 mil, you kind of gauge, you just kind of have to work out, you know, bring in, like how much water you need to add to bring it down. That's how it. So it's maths in your head. So basically, I've added, what I've done in there, I did 20 mil of rum, and I literally did about 2, maybe 3 mil of water, just to kind of add that. So that 3 mil would add just a little bit extra, just to bring it down. I think 3 mil of water would have been roughly about 45% ABV, but give or take. That's why I want a graded syringe. I should have looked at it properly, but yeah, that's all it is. Hobbyist, let's do, so hang on, so where did we get to? So Trevor's saying 1787. What's that? 1787? What's that? Oh, it's the Angster, isn't it? Where is it? Is that Angster? Yeah, of course it is, 1787. That's the SBS. 1787, right, so Trevor's going for that one. With ABV, does it mean if we've shaken added juice, we are down to... Yeah, so, right, to put this into perspective too, without getting a calculator out and without doing proper maths, to put this into perspective for you, right? When you see those canned drinks that are 5% or 7% ABV, so a canned mojito, a canned rum and coke or whatever that you get from Marks and Spencer's or a train station, yeah? When you see those and you think, oh, bloody hell, I'd rather have a rum and coke at home. Well, when you add coke to a rum, how strong do you think your drink is? It's literally 5% or 7% or whatever it is. It's, you know, it's what they say on the cans. The cans are either a shot or a shot and a half. I think most of the cans are a shot and a half because they will go to great lengths to say 2 shots, and 2 shots comes out at 7% ABV. Yeah? So it all depends on the ABV of the product, but essentially when you drink a rum and coke, you are drinking something at 7, 8% ABV. Depends how generous you are with your rum, of course it does. But yeah, those cans, you know, they're not trying to pull the wool over your eyes or anything like that. That's exactly what you drink at home. If you did a 200, I haven't got one here, I think. Have I got one? I think I've binned it, innit? Oh no, I've got one here. Right, hang on. So hang on. Right, so I've got this Copperberg hard seltzer. Do you remember this from ages ago? Right. So that, I mean, proper ages ago. It's empty. I just kept it for some unknown reason. I don't know why. So it's 5% ABV, right? 5% ABV. It's a 330 ml can. I guarantee on here somewhere it will say maybe a shot. Perhaps not. But it will be like a shot of vodka. Probably is 1.7 units. That's got to be a shot and a half. A shot and a half of vodka in there for 330 ml. So that's kind of what you're dealing with, yeah? And yes, that would be a bit more, because don't forget, a can of Coke is 330 ml. So, and I would sort of say do 150, 200 ml of Coke. Gin and tonics, this is weird. Gin and tonics, I do 1 to 2. So 50 ml of gin to, and bear in mind, I don't drink gin and tonic, but I sort of say 50 ml of gin to 100 ml of tonic tops. But with rum, I would go 50 ml of rum to maybe 200 ml of Coke, 200 ml of ginger beer. So you are at those kind of ABVs, you know. Don't, when you see these and you see them at 7% or 5% or what, don't, you know, or make a stronger one at home. Yeah, you probably would make a stronger one at home, but, you know, for those of you that add a lot of Coke to your drinks, it's not actually that much stronger. And that's the big common misconception people have. Right. So a daiquiri. Daiquiris. So Negronis, for instance, when you stir a Negroni down, which is a 40% gin, maybe like a 15% vermouth, Campari's what, 17% Campari or Campari? 25% Campari. You would bring that with ice in the dilution. You'd bring the ABV down of a Negroni. You'd bring that down very slightly to kind of like about 20-ish. An old-fashioned roughly would be 25% ABV. So when you do a daiquiri, when you've added lime and sugar and then shaken with the ice, yes, you are down at roughly about 15% ABV, give or take, roughly. It depends how much you use, but yeah, that's what you're talking about. 1787. Right, so I think 1930. I think the 1787 is winning. So that one. I would love to do the Zacapa, but I think we are there. Right, I think we've gone 17 Angostura 1787, which is kind of nice because then I could do the 1919 as a little comparison. So the 1787 is a step up from the 1919. So we'll leave that to one side. I do want to do the Zacapa, but that's 50-50. Oh, see, I can't drink rum and coke at 50-50. That's way too kind of rummy for me. It's weird. I love neat rum, but rum and coke, I want more coke. Really do want more coke. So yes, essentially 50 ml, you're halving the ABV. So if you've got 40% rum, and you've added 50 ml of the same to it, you're bringing it down to 20% ABV essentially. So when you give grief to all those people drinking liqueurs, neat, you know, you're drinking nothing more than, you're all right, the liqueurs are drinking more sugar, but they're drinking nothing more than the liqueur strength. So my Mrs. Wine is drinking, yes. Don't forget though as well, you do base it on, so when we're talking about ABV, we kind of, you know, you have to take in count into units as well. So a large glass of wine, for instance, is what, 4.5, 5 units of alcohol in a large glass of wine. A shot. See, this is the thing, right? So this is what, to compare this to, let's do the whole pub breakdown for a second, right? We can do that. One single shot of rum at 40% or gin or vodka or whatever, one single shot is 1 unit of alcohol. 1 unit, okay? So if you have a double, that's 2 units of alcohol, okay? So here's the thing that's going to blow a lot of people's minds, and I've done this so many times with people, right? You've got, if you have a double, if you went out to a pub and you had a double rum and coke, topped up. Yes, they've diluted it down, but you've still got 2 units of alcohol in that drink, okay? And you kind of work in units for, and I'm just purely drinking, I'm talking about drink driving, because that's kind of the, I've done loads of talks to people about this and kind of blown people. So I've had to do a whole lot of education with it. I won't go into dull and boring stories. I've had to do a lot of education with this. Various places I've worked and stuff like that. So a double, one of those, whether it's Coke, whether it's whatever, whether it's neat, whether it's Coke, whether it's tonic, whether it's lemonade, doesn't matter what it is, you've still got 2 units of alcohol in that, if in a double. So 1 unit is 40%, 2 units, you get where I'm going, right? This is what blows people's minds. A 5% pint of beer is going to be roughly 4 units, 2 doubles. A large glass of Pinot Sauvignon Blanc, for instance, or Pinot Grigio, slightly stronger, 250 ml, again, you are pushing the 5 units. So 5, a double, 2. So yes, that glass of wine, that pint of beer, is a lot stronger than that. This is what would throw me. So when, like back, I'm going years ago now, when I was in the pubs, like when I first started out, we would get people coming into a pub, and I kid you not, they wouldn't have a gin and tonic, they wouldn't have spirits, they would have a pint of beer, they would have a large glass of white wine at lunchtime with the dinner, because it was safer for them to drive. And then when you turn around and you go, well, hang on a minute, you've got, you know, the blood alcohol levels, you have to talk about units. Ignore ABV, you have to talk about units here. The blood alcohol limits, hang on a minute, you've had a large glass of white wine, nearly 5 units. Like 4 point whatever, it depends how strong it is, but 4 to 4.5 units in a large glass of white wine. In a pint of Stella that was back in those days 5.2% ABV, a pint of Stella was, I think. Again, you know, you're pushing 4 and a bit units. I would turn around to people and say, well, what are you talking about? You could have 2, if you're thinking you're safe to drive after a pint of beer, you could have 2 double gin and tonics or 2 double vodka and cokes or whatever, and still have less alcohol in your bloodstream than that pint of beer. And they'd look at you something stupid, like, what are you talking about? Of course I don't. That's 40% ABV. Well, yeah, but we go on units of alcohol, which goes into your bloodstream. And that's what a lot of people don't comprehend in that. So I never condone drink driving. I don't saying that. But a single spirit mixer is way less alcohol than a pint of beer or a glass of wine. Way, way, way less alcohol. And if you want to push the boat out and have a double, if you're the sort of person that would normally drink a pint at lunchtime and then go and drive, you still got less units of alcohol in your system on a double of that than you have a pint. Is that simple. But don't do it. Don't drink and drive. Don't be stupid. If you're going to have a drink, just don't drive. It's that simple. But yeah, people don't comprehend that. We'd get people coming into the pub and going, "Oh, can I have some ice with my wine?" Well, what different? Because I'm driving. Well, what difference does that make? You know, you've still got that much alcohol going into your. It's just you've added some water to it. You know, so you'll probably weigh it out. You'll digest it quicker. It's that simple. You've still got that amount of alcohol going into your blood system, your bloodstream. Right. Oh, all the comments kicked off now. What have I started? Right, Rachel got for Christmas, 50 mil, good girl, blah, blah, blah. Lost count of how many times I went to work at 4 AM, hungover. Teddy Townsend. Enjoying the stream with the McDonald's topped up with Mount Gay topped up with Coke. I like that. Sorry, Mount Gay topped up with Coke. Claire, what? Sorry, right, hang on a minute. 1787 and 1931 is not next week. So what is next week? Christ, we had this whole chat a minute ago. Scroll back up. Or 19... 1787, Zacapa, or 1931 next week. It's like to taste long. Claire's put or 1931. And then down here, Claire, you've put 1787 and 1931 is not next week. Right. What am I drinking next week? What am I tasting? 1787, which I thought we'd settled on, but apparently includes Claire, we haven't. Or 1931. Or Zacapa. I don't even know where my 1931's gone now. Oh, I've put it down there, isn't it? It's there. Right, ready to go. So that needs to be sorted before we go off tonight. 50 people on the live stream. No, it's not. 50. Oh, is there a poll? Is that what we've done? Can I see a poll? I can't see a poll. If you've done a poll, I can't see it. Can you do polls? Can moderators do polls on live streams? I don't know. I could do a poll, I think, can I? Can I do a poll? How do I do a poll? I could do a super chat to myself. Should I send myself a super chat? Can I do polls in live streams? How do I do that? No. Well, I don't know. Right. Right. So I'm just looking at stuff here. Bacardi Mojito cans of 250 and 12.8 rum, which is just over 30 mil. So there we go. I don't know where do we get Bacardi Mojito cans in the UK? I don't think I've seen them. But yeah, 250 mil, 12.8% rum, which is just over 30 mil. There you go. Job's good. Kevin, where else? Have you tried Plantation Zone Maca? Forgive the spelling. Decky Doughty, you just need to remove the A. I used to do that. I used to call it Zaya Maca. It's not a Zaya Maca. But I'm completely with you for months and months and months. There's no A in between the Y and the M. But no, I wouldn't drink that with Coke for some reason. I don't know why. No, I've not had it with Coke. I wouldn't think. I'm not a huge. I love rum and Coke, but I'm not a huge that sort of rum and Coke. So no, I haven't tried it. Kevin, one shot, 125ml shot of 40% is 10ml. Yep, agreeing. Zacapa, right. Oh, so I'm doing Zacapa next week. Right, is that... Right, okay. So, is that what's going on? I'm doing Zacapa next week, which I don't know what the date is. What's the date next week? So the 6th. On the 6th of March, I'm doing Ron Zacapa, the 23-year-old. 23. I'm wondering how much sugar's in that bottle, actually. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to be bitchy. I reckon half of that... I reckon a third of that bottle is sugar. I'm just trying to do the maths on that. It ain't far off. So I'm assuming the Ron Zacapa is next week, the 6th. I think we're happy with that. Good night. Cheers, Al. Thanks for coming. I don't want to upset Claire, but I just want Claire, can you confirm, because you've got a say in this as well, because you're the only three piping up. Am I doing the Zacapa next week? Claire, it's all on you now. According to Trevor and Scott, I am. But then, according to Claire, I was doing the 1931 next week, and then she threw her toys out of her pram. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Working at 2 again. Oh, there we go. So I'm working at 2:40. Right, so I'm doing the Ron Zacapa next week. Okay, right. Claire has just said it. Yes, please. Oh yeah, Dictator. I forgot about these as well. Yeah, sorry. I forgot those two as well. They've been sitting up on my shelf for ages. These little bad boys. These are gorgeous. I absolutely love these. They are quite sugar heavy. Hang on, can we get them? Let's do one at a time. I'm trying to get them both on there. So that's the Insolent. If I can ever get it to focus. There we go. Dictator Insolent. And that is the Perpetual XO. I think that's 80 quid a bottle. 80, 90 quid a bottle, I think. And that, I've got to have a look now. I've got to have a look. I've got the old search bar right in there. It won't take 2 seconds. It's right on my screen. Run by Dictador. There we go. Oh, it's out of stock. Perpetual is, that one is 80 quid a bottle, which means the Insolent must be more. Where is it? Insolent is £92 a bottle. But these are slightly bigger, 50 ml, so I might get 3 pulls out of these. So yeah, I've got those to do as well. I've completely forgot about them. I do love those two. They are properly up my street. I know they've got a little bit of sugar added to them, but I properly love those. They're really good. Hang on. What, Claire? Right, Claire. No, 1931 this week. This week is the day I'm finishing the live stream. So next Sunday is next week, because this week is still today. So next week, next Sunday, I am doing Ron Zacapa. Sunday the 6th of March, which is next week, because the week hasn't started yet. Not this week. This week is today. We're still in this week. Right, next week. Next week is next Sunday, the 6th. So, next week is Ron Zacapa. That's where we're going. I've given up asking because people seem confused about this week and next week. So, Ron Zacapa is next week. That's what we're going to do. And it is 11:15, so we're Decky Doughty. Yeah, quite expensive, but they're gorgeous though. They're really nice rums. Really nice rums. Steve is talking to his elderly. I have this argument with my mum. She's just like, no, it's next week. I was like, how could it be next week? Next week is next week. You know, it's not this week. This week is this week coming. Well, this week coming is next week, isn't it? If you're doing pricey, how about Coroni? Sod it. I haven't got any Coroni here, but the cheapest Coroni I can get is about 140, 150 quid a bottle. Right, there we go. Hobbyist punning. I'm not 50. Right, on that note, I think that we've had a good live stream tonight. I'm going to end it there. Thank you all so much for joining in. Next week's rums. Let me just, before I'll give them a quick shout out again. Next week's rums. It's a black week, if I can call it that. I'm going to call it that. Black Tears and Black Tot. The two blacks. I'm looking forward to revisiting that, actually. I haven't done a proper tasting of that for a good year. I've had it, but not a proper tasting of it. So I'm really looking going back to that. That was a really nice spiced rum. Very dry, not sweet compared to anything else. And the reason why I'm looking forward to that is because my palate's changed dramatically, just simply since I started niching into rum, like in August time. Just drinking pure rum without the sort of sickly sweet drinks. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then the Black Tot, as I said, I haven't had for a good couple of years at least. So that's next week's rums at 9 o'clock. But before that, I'll sort out whose cocktail it is. There's loads. Andy's submitted like 15 cocktails. I'm going to share the love around because I did Andy a couple of weeks ago. So we'll work out that. But I might move into Mai Tais next week. I'm not going to bother with the flavoured daiquiris. I don't think there's any point because a mango daiquiri is awesome. A guava daiquiri is awesome. What else have we got? A strawberry daiquiri is awesome. We know that. So I'm going to go into Mai Tais, and there could be that could be weeks of Mai Tais. There could be so many different Mai Tais coming out. That might be where, like 1 week, we do the whole orange liqueur off. So triple sec versus Compañero versus Mandarin Napoleon. You know, that could be the whole thing for a week of Mai Tais. There could be a good 5 or 6 weeks of Mai Tais alone, which I'm looking forward to. That could be fun. So yes, rum. 1 week will be an orgeat off. It will be ODK versus William. I still think. Oh yeah, the blend. It's a three-way. It's a three-way orgeat off. So a blend of the two, that and that. So we've got 1 week of just orgeat syrup. You know, do I go for a blend of both, that one or that one? Oh, so many different things I could do with the Mai Tai. Looking forward to that. I reckon there's 5 Mai Tais there. At least 5 shows. 5 weeks of Mai Tais. I'm at a poker tournament next week, so I won't be home. Next week isn't tonight. Oh, Tom's in the house. Hello, Tom. Robin, thanks for coming. Kate's still here. Cheers, Kate. Mai Tais are my fave. Yeah. Love me a Mai Tai. Do a 1515 shot. Right, thank you all so much for watching. 10 to 10, exactly 10 to 11 on there. Thank you very much. Mai Tais next week. I'll slide into a few of your DMs tomorrow, not tonight, it's a bit late now tonight, but yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching. Let me just change my little background there and I shall sign off. See you next week.